think I am almost ready to get started. I actually want to check one thing before we formally switch over. Okay, I think that's good enough. Hello, Yantos. How are you doing? So let's switch over to the stream itself. There we go. It's been a long time since we were in Tinagal Ruins. No, we're all the way at the Logren Tower remains. So I'm just preparing myself mentally for Zestiria. One cannot rush straight into Zestiria. You have to brace yourself a little bit. So we're nearing I would say the final arc of the game. There's a little bit of backtrack plot. We still haven't gone to Glaveland Basin. We'll have to clean up side quests at some point. And I was double checking things like the monuments to kind of prepare ourselves. So as a reminder, there are 78 tutorial monuments in this game. And I'm thinking what I'll do at pretty much all the way at the end of the game is I might just do a run going to each of those tutorial monuments so we can remember in our hearts how many different tutorials the game wanted us to take a look at. Now, in order to actually complete that, I double checked and there is one that requires us to beat the game to reach. So I do not really want to clean those up before we beat the game, but definitely once we've beaten the game and have access to the final dungeon, because of course the post-game dungeon would have a tutorial. I think at that point we'll start to finish every single monument, just to say, maybe they shouldn't have put that many monuments. But in any case, I think it's about time to go into the game proper. How's it going, Chris? So I am trying to remember what the last thing we were doing plot-wise was, because it has been a long time. Well, last time we were here, we killed a man. so there's that. Oh, we have to go to Elysia. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough, we could go do that game. Now, I believe if we come back to the place of Old Man Murder, we have the ability to review all of the gems that we've seen so far. I don't think it'll help us really understand the plot that much. At least in terms of the timeline, anyway. So, a strange power emanates from the monolith. It is somehow not a tutorial, chat. I know. It's heresy. It's heresy. How dare they have a non-tutorial monolith in this game? So if I want to review some of the past memories, I could do that. I will not do that, though. It's fine, game. So yeah, apparently, I guess Lila's history was like many years ago, like question mark number of years ago, but more than the previous Lord of Calamities flashback, and that made it really unnecessarily confusing. I don't even feel like we really gained that much from Lila's backstory because, well, one, she didn't tell us anything, but then oh, who's this? Did you hear about the woman they call Saint who went out to the wetland and found a village?
A holy woman, huh? Terrifying.
Terrifying? Why?
A chaste young shepherd boy wouldn't understand, would he?
I guess not.
I'm not entirely sure what Zavid is implying there. Honestly, Chad, I'm assuming he's implying something untowards. What does her having to be like a priestess have to do with anything that young boys shouldn't understand? I mean, I guess there could be adult activities in Zestiria, but that seems kind of like a weird reference. You know what, chat? You know what? I think that deserves an Zestiria moment. So they're talking about somewhere to the south of us is a priestess, or realistically an ex-priestess because of where they named the location. Trying to see if there's a better area. I think I'm gonna do this in front of the abandoned city.
Is this the village of the saint?
No one's here.
Not so sure about that.
Sorry, chat, give me 1 second. Sorry for the interruption. Be right back. 1 minute. Okay, sorry about that, chat. So, didn't really want a spam caller going through, but also during that brief fix, I noticed that our counter only, I think, said 87 on the live stream, but no chat, we are at 97 Zestiria moments. That other cutscene from the last session certainly added quite a few. So we got a new armor piece. I should double check this. Oh no, it's just disappointing. So we should look around here, because presumably there should be another snake here. Yeah, there we go. So, I guess a lot of the holy priestesses, like turning into Medusa, I guess is what's being implied here. Because we had the original Medusa, who was the cardinal, then we had another one, which was presumably, well, maybe not presumably a holy woman, but this one was definitely supposed to be a holy woman. So let's go ahead and do battle with her. And speaking of which, I'm going to save just in case, because you never know with this Zestiria boss battle. Like, sometimes you just kind of breeze through them, and then you wonder, like, oh, that wasn't too hard. And then other times it just one-shots your AI, and there's pretty much nothing you could do. So, we'll see what boss we get here. Very weak to physical are words I like to hear. So, earth and physical are its weaknesses, basically. The skill that will protect you from Petrify is Aegis, a bonus skill you can activate by stacking 6 of the same basic skill. Put another way, if you haven't even accumulated 6 by now, it's probably best to turn back. You know what, Zestiria? Screw you, Zestiria. We're not stacking 6 skills. I'm not taking your advice here.
This is Riley.
Wait, this isn't Stino?
Chat, we are not taking this from the game. We are absolutely not wasting our time stacking 6 skills. Like, yeah, I would like total RNG to determine if I could beat a boss. No thank you. Oh. There we go. Oh, I was trying to extend the combo by swapping. I'll split apart. I'd rather have the multiple attacks, because Earth can interrupt her. And my physical is better. Or... okay. She'll just... Is my neutral not physical? Why did she resist that? I don't understand. Wasn't that Striking Fang and Distill Render? That was weird. Well, at least our allies appear to be healing themselves. So fortunately, we seem to have a lot of meter. Now, her other ones were Snake and Fiend, I believe. Do I have anything set up for Snake and Fiend? I do. Oh, Crimson Edge is good against her. Okay. Or Freezing Strike. Okay, Fair enough. Yeah, I figured Starfall was Fiend. I just forgot what the other ones were.
Sonic Rock! Strike! Searing Gale!
Gravity rules everything.
Ready?
Oh, she actually killed me there. That was unfortunate.
Purify the Earth! Fairy Circle!
She kind of stunned me into insta death, so that's fair.
Dancing Ember.
Know your place! Light the way!
Blazing Demon
Crystal
Crystal
Tower!
How's this?
Be gone!
Spring Force.
Know your place! Light the way!
Alright, my spell's faster than hers, so I'm gonna always beat her when it comes down to that.
Be gone! You're finished!
Crimson Flame Spring Force.
Rising Sand! Rock Winner!
Dancing Ember.
Man, she is blocking everything. She's got about 8k health. I want to try to finish her with the Mystic Art if I can.
How's this?
There we go.
Behold,
Take
this.
Unfortunately, our ally did not pick her up off the ground at any point, which is kind of unfortunate.
I'm not done yet. Storm of Flame Force.
Echo Shot! Scrap Toss! Be gone!
I'm not sure what Rose is doing. She's like somehow not comboing.
Rising Sand! Rock Winner!
Like there, like what is she doing? She just kind of set up a barrier, but didn't put it in a place where it would hit her. Oh AI, you are so bad in this game.
Be gone! Rock Winner!
So she is almost dead.
Rock Winner!
See, unfortunately, I don't think I could get the weak hit with this, but I don't want to unmerge because that would waste my meter. So I'm just gonna weaken her up more. Oh, Rose got turned to stone. I was wondering what was happening there.
Echo Shot! Rock Winner! Be gone! Take this!
Let's see if this is enough.
Is the Earth! Behold, Radiant Ruin! Earth Revolution!
This one is special.
Okay, it was enough to kill her.
I know now! I know how bottomless is human desire!
Is this the same voice actress as the Cardinal?
You glorified me as a saint! You pushed all of it on me! You did nothing to help! You let disease take the children one by one! Ah! None of it! None of it was my fault!
Careful, get back! She still had fight left in her?
Dang, we couldn't purify her either.
Not doing so hot, are we?
Hey, wasn't that Hellion?
Yeah, it must have been the saint, betrayed by the people she believed in.
Medusa-type Hellions tend to be women with high degrees of self-righteousness and hatred.
Oh, so that's why you freeze when they glare at you.
The saint was a nun. Maybe the church in Pendrago would have some info on her.
Let's check it out. We can't have Hellions like that running wild.
So unfortunately, we lost a lot of points just due to me getting knocked out, and then Rose can't cure being petrified, so she was just out of the fight at one point. But hey, we leveled. We learned new arts, not too bad.
Some of us are low on health.
Oh, Lila. So they're saying to go to Pendrago, so we might as well as go there. Or we cannot enter Pendrago in for some reason? Okay. Zestiria, is there any particular reason I can't go here? What? Why can't I fast travel? What? No, seriously, why can't I fast travel anywhere? Are you kidding me? Can I at least go to the bridge? Like, why can't I fast travel anywhere? Chad, I think we all know what this deserves. I guess there is some magical cutscene that is stopping me from doing anything convenient, so I guess it wants me to walk all the way to the bridge. Oh, Zestiria, why do you do this to us? Fine, what cutscene do we have to see on this bridge that is so important? Hey, Ghost Wizard, I'm doing okay. Just trying to get through Zestiria. There's quite a bit left to the game. I mean, for better or for worse. There is one genuinely good cutscene, and I like one of the dungeon designs we're coming up to. So I have some positive things to say about the game, but then things like this happen. Like, why do we have to walk across this bridge again, chat? Like, why could you not just let me teleport straight there? Oh, they are all over us, chat. No thank you. No thank you. Stop it. Bad fairies. Wow, they are so persistent. Have they stopped chasing us since the beginning of the bridge? Go away. Well, I guess if it's a plot cutscene, I should probably save, just in case it leads to some fight I don't remember. So, I think I'm gonna get... Yeah, I'm gonna get hit here. I was slightly too close to them, I felt. You know what? I'm not gonna mess with the spellcasters. Oh, it's a dangerous encounter, so I can't do my normal evades. I'm gonna let auto dodge keep me safe. It's fine. We're out of here. Hopefully, oh, I was gonna say, hopefully that one couldn't reach us. How is my weekend so far? Asked Ghost Wizard.
Did you hear? Another war coming on.
Been pretty brief. I just kind of woke
looks
up.
Like both Rollins and Highland are ready to take the kid gloves off. It's gonna get ugly.
Yeah, and I hear it's all going down at Glaven Basin.
This is too good.
Damn straight. Food and weapons, medicine and coffins. We're gonna make a fortune.
Another war? This is bad. If any more malevolence collects...
That's probably exactly what he wants.
You mean Heldolf, yeah?
Let's go take a look. Sounds like it's around Glaven Basin.
I could go to Glaveland Basin. I'm not sure if I want to do that immediately or not. Out of curiosity. Oh, they sealed off Elysia. Okay, so if I go back through here, I guess we could go to the inn. Why not? So I think we are actually going to get the good cutscene that I wanted to see, but I was kind of expecting to be able to do a few more side questy stuff first. So we're gonna make sure... Ooh, I wish I had a better version of steak. I don't want the free KO revive. I guess we'll take this one for now.
Hey, Rose. You knew Maven from before, right? How did you guys meet?
One time when we were being pursued, he lent us a hand. He even showed us to a hideout without asking any questions.
You must be talking about Tintagel Ruins.
Yep, but I never thought the inside would be like that. What? If you got something to say, spit it out.
I just thought that maybe he approached you because he knew you had high resonance. As in, like, he was out to gather information as a storyteller would.
Oh, that sort of stuff, huh?
That sort of stuff?
Yeah. Doesn't matter to me what he was after. He helped us out, and we had a lot of fun together. That's all that matters.
Do you think so, Saray? He might have had the same intent with reaching out to you, too.
Doesn't matter to me either. To me, Maven is just the man who taught me what it means to be an explorer.
Got a problem?
Hey, ease up. You guys are making me look like the bad guy here.
I wouldn't worry too much. You always were.
Give me a break.
I'm gonna have to agree with Rose there. Zavid was definitely always the bad guy. So now actually, this brings up another question. Did we just kill the lineage of the storytellers, or are there more than one storyteller still alive? I mean, we only saw Maven, and he didn't exactly reference being in a society or anything. So did we just purge something that would have saved us in the future?
So this thing was a tool used to defeat the Lord of Calamity.
Well, whatever it's for, with Mautellus and Heldolf all fused together, it stands a chance of working.
Zavid, did you willingly give it to Saray knowing that information?
Oh, snap, you got me figured out! Not. I just thought that'd be cool to say. It's like I told you, just a hunch. It's not like I'm some kind of prophet or whatever.
I mean, what exactly is this thing? How did you get it?
I just picked it up somewhere. Where, you ask? I forgot.
It's a little hard to swallow that it's just a coincidence, don't you think?
Well, believe it, don't believe it, whatever. That's how the world works.
All right. I won't ask anymore.
But sometimes, your will creates chances for certain things to happen. You want to know what they call that? Destiny.
Destiny, huh?
Well, in any case, it's yours now. How you use it is all up to you.
Whether what happens after you pull that trigger is coincidence or destiny
is up to me, huh?
I'm always gonna shake my head at the inclusion of that plot device gun. I love how that skit basically summarized to, hey, why don't we give it more backstory so it makes more sense as to why he has it, and then the game's explanation is, nah, I don't remember, I just kind of found it. Like, really? Really, Zestiria? Okay, that seems to be the last in skit at least. Oh, chat, we're almost at 100 Zestiria moments. See, I knew they would start catching up. I might have been a little too hesitant to use them, and we did split off some of the pretty butterfly moments. But we're getting up there slowly but surely. So they said that we should go to Pendrago to find more information. So that last woman was a saint, so I think what the game wants us to do is go back to the Pendrago Shrine Church, and there should be some books we can examine right as we enter the Shrine Church. So let's go ahead and go over there.
Something like this is right.
I almost thought he saw like a monolith or something. He started talking out of nowhere. That actually threw me off. Well, we don't need point of interest detection for the moment, so I guess I could put everybody back on snack prep. Yeah, let's just have them back on snack prep. This is fine. Actually, speaking of which, what I should have done is wind stepping, so that way we could move faster here, but whatever. We'll take advantage of it on the way out. Yeah, see, now I can see there's some things we can interact with. So there's a guy over here. So we'll start with him. So he says, the personal histories of the priests and nuns of all the church. I'm elated by your interest. The records are all archived on that bookshelf. You're welcome to browse them anytime. I myself have spent many a candlelit evening lost in their limitless wonders. Okay. So we have two things we can examine here. So presumably we're looking at the bookshelves. Okay, so we're getting a name, the Fortin sisters. So it says Enid Fortin, eldest of the Fortin sisters. A pleasant and cheerful nun, however, she engaged in relations with Father Eric and bore his illegitimate child. Both were excommunicated from the church and exiled to Horsa village on the edge of Zafgot Moor. Okay, so she was an ex-religious member, and we fought her before. Rodine Fortin, the middle Fortin sister. A nun with compassion and sense of service, some of the faithful refer to her as the saint. She approved of the land reclamation project in Plitzerback wetland and relocated there with a group of believers. For the details of the land reclamation project, please refer to another resource. And now we have Runette Fortin, youngest of the Fortin sisters, an eloquent nun rich in knowledge, made her name as a reformer in church politics and financial affairs. Following the disappearance of Pope Mesedra, she demonstrated the number of miracles leading to her election as cardinal. So let me get this straight. All of the Medusas are related, and I don't even mean like they came from the same church. Like, they are literally all related. And then on top of that, we've killed all of the ones that we've encountered. We are terrible protagonists, chat. We are just really awful. Oh, it says, note, the hometown of the Fortin sisters is the village of Fortin, located beyond Gladeland Basin. So we're going to be going there. I do remember that being the location of the last snake. I believe that is on the northern portion of Gladeland Basin, which we were not allowed to access. But we'll get access to it after a certain cutscene. So it continues. The village is one of extreme poverty, and it is suspected the sisters were strongly pressured to take their vows in order to reduce the number of mouths to feed.
I can't believe it. Both of the Medusa-type Hellions are...
They're probably Cardinal Fortin's sisters.
Are you sure? It seems like too much of a coincidence.
Well, the only way to learn the truth is to ask the Hellions themselves.
But how?
If we're right, then I'm guessing they've gone back to their hometown.
A gut feeling?
Sort of, yeah. Just a hunch based on how humans think.
Well, it's not impossible, psychologically speaking.
Halfway logic is better than no logic at all.
And Rose's gut hasn't led us astray yet.
But we can't go there right now. Glaven Basin is currently closed off.
So, we'll have to sit tight and wait for an opportunity, huh?
We acquired angel wings? That's... You know, of all the things that we were gonna get here while reading books, angel wings was not what I was thinking about. So let's go ahead and briefly remove all of our items. And take a look at the angel... Wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute. Are you telling me that the angel wings like that is one accessory slot, but then we go back to, like, glasses and that's 1.5? Chat, what is this trashy way of evaluating how many accessories you can hold? Glasses should never cost more than wings. That makes no sense, chat. I think that also deserves an Zestiria moment, in case I didn't do that one before. I just wanted to point that out, that the glasses are more expensive to put than these angel wings, which are, like, quadruple the size of the glasses and have more detail on them. Makes no sense. Well, anyway, one thing I wanted to check is, hypothetically, how big could we make the wing? Oh, that is pretty obnoxious, chat. It actually kind of matches her in color. I don't know how intended that was. See how it's got, like, the light pink tip? It goes very well with the Alicia outfit. But those are some really tall and big wings. So anyway, chat, just as a reminder, if you want to permanently change any of the accessories, just feel free to spend the Ziggledies. Otherwise, I'm just going to go back to the custom set that I have registered. So for now, I'm going to put it back on the Devil Wings. I figured it would be nice to show it off a little bit. Oh, so both of these bookshelves do the same thing, and I can't skip through that. No, I was trying to talk to Rose. Oh, game, you were just trolling me. No, I really just wanted to talk to Rose. There we go. Oh, so all the other conversations are gone, and we just have, is war gonna break out again? And she responds, you don't think Heldoff is planning something, do you? Rose, you're dumb. Of course he's planning something. She says, or maybe this isn't him at all, maybe it's just humans being humans. No, it's not, Rose. Did she forget the plot, chat? Did she forget that... I'm actually really curious. Did they forget that that was the whole plot point of Heldoff? That he was trying to cause a war, and Maltran was purposely trying to cause a war because she works for Heldoff? I'm serious, chat. Did the game actually forget that they told us that already? I mean, that just seems really weird to not mention it. It just seems really weird. Alright, so we have to head to the Roland's Army outpost. I guess we forgot about Maltran again. Of course. Now the question is, do I need to do any preparation before this particular scene? I'm just thinking about it. We don't have access to the better food areas, unfortunately. I'm assuming the equipment here never really improves, and that seems to be the case. I just wanted to double check that. I think, you know what? I think we'll be okay. We have a decent amount of peach gels, just in case I need to brute force this boss battle. I'm hoping I don't, but we'll see. So let's make a formal save. And let's use this particular point to fast travel. So it wants us to go to the forest. So I'm curious why it won't let us go to Lamorak Cave entrance. I'm assuming it's because we're going to say, we must interfere with the Glaveland Basin. Oh, excuse me, chat. We're not supposed to interfere in the war, according to the last time we were here. Chat, do you think the game has forgotten what Soray's stance was supposed to be? I mean, I feel like the game has forgotten. I feel like everything that happened in the past, like, 5 hours in plot, outside of the dungeons themselves, has been completely forgotten by the scriptwriters. Oh boy, chat. Oh boy. Okay, chat, so we are going to get into what I think is the only highlight of the game. So we're going to take a moment to take in the music, because this is the last time we're going to hear this particular theme. So it seems like we can actually see different soldiers out there, but there's still a Hellion wandering around. So I think this is a little different than what it looked like before. I think everything was abandoned before, so I guess that's a nice touch that they put the soldiers back. Okay, chat, so remember, our ultimate goal is to not interfere in the war. I say while rolling my eyes. And we're going to go see what Held Off is up to. Or excuse me, according to Rose, it might not be Held Off. I think that also deserves another eye roll, chat.
Reporting casualties for the Blue Tempest Knights. 118 wounded, 30 dead.
Be careful.
Report. Approximately 50 casualties on the enemy side.
Is it over already?
Don't kid yourself.
It's no more than a skirmish along the front lines.
If both armies were clashing full on, the body count wouldn't be anywhere near this low.
This low?
Where are the Platinum Knights?
Sir, they're still struggling to evacuate Lastenbell.
Can't they see there's no time?
Saray, there's no point in just staying here.
The Platinum Knights are in Lastenbell.
Let's go see Sergei.
Yeah.
So I guess we're just gonna buddy with one of the kingdoms, chat. Don't you like the plot consistency of this game?
Bad.
I love the plot consistency, chat. It's like it's like consistency of mush. So okay, we're now interfering with the war on the other side, I guess. So we technically try. Oh, hello there.
Boss!
Talfrin, what happened?
We were all captured in Pendrago. They said we murdered the Cardinal at the behest of the Kingdom of Highland.
Oh my god, that's so unintentionally funny.
I was the one who...
It was Lunar. He approached the Empire and suggested they frame it this way.
Of course. The Empire was just itching for a justification to launch a war.
If they could tell the world that Highland had assassinated their cardinal...
Almost too perfect.
Lunar laid an ambush for us. If Igil hadn't shielded me, I would've... I'm sorry. I couldn't do anything but run away.
We knew this might happen sooner or later. Part of the job description. But still.
Rose, you should go.
But we have to stop the war!
We all know what they'll do now that they've trumped up a justification.
dispose of the evidence.
You can't leave them like that, can you?
After all, they're your family.
You said it yourself, didn't you? You and I have two very different jobs.
Thank you. I'll be back.
Oh no.
Yes. Should we be rescuing the scattered bones or stopping this war?
Both are vital, but we can't be in two places at once.
Sergei's in Lastenbell.
Alicia's probably at the Highland Army base.
Then...
If I remember correctly, wasn't there some kind of cave or something leading to Highland around here?
Right, the Lamorak Cave.
So, chat, I think we actually have a decision here. It's so rare. I think this is actually, we only get to pick one. So, we could go to Pendrago to help Rose. We could go meet with Sergei and Lastenbell. Or we could go try to see Lady Alicia. By going to the Highland Outpost, chat. I'm just thinking about what to do. So, I think eventually we might be able to still meet with Alicia anyway. I remember that being a thing. So, I'm just thinking about this. Let's save right here. So I forgot there was a little bit of an interlude here. So, let's see. What would make the most sense? They want us to go to Alicia first. I'm just curious, if we don't do what the game wants us to do, let's say we go to Lastenbell, as an example, what happens? Not really great items here either way. Actually, what happens if I rest while alone? Oh, no skits for that. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm sure the chat is not really broken up that Rose is not in our party. We're more just upset that we don't have another human character, because that just completely gimps the combat in this game to make it, like, almost unbearable. I mean, I guess we'll talk to Sergei.
Ah, lies and prevarications. That's all you're good for.
Yeah, why aren't you fighting back against Highland?
Please, calm down and listen to me.
Oh, one thing we also need to do, which I also forgot about, is we technically don't know where Cat's Corner is, so we have to talk to the different Lords of the Land, which I forgot they call Guardians again, because, again, they just have another title in this game for some reason. So they're saying, if a cat is in one's debt, they will allow one entrance to the Village of the Cats, but I have no idea where to find a Cats in the first place. So I think as long as we continue to talk to all the Lords of the Land, we will inevitably be able to go to Cat's Corner.
I'm sorry. I couldn't stop war from breaking out.
There's time to prevent the worst.
Yes. I'm trying to minimize the casualties. That's why I'm asking the citizens to evacuate the...
Screw that! Did my dad and brother die because of those Highland bastards so you could run away?
You useless, bleeding heart pacifist! So we just hand Lastenbell over to Highland. Is that it?
Never!
You must understand the danger here. Highland is sweeping towards us with their entire army.
Then we'll fight back with our entire army!
The killing will never stop at that rate.
A knight afraid of killing his enemies? You should be ashamed of yourself!
Yeah, get out there and slaughter those Highland scum! It's our city and our property! We'll never surrender it!
You coward! You don't even care! Your job should be to protect us!
Let's step outside of town for a moment.
Oh, he's doing his little walk away. The children here are bloodthirsty. Yeah.
Don't you run away, you craven good-for-nothing?
Seems so.
Traitor!
So Sergey is very much appreciated, as you could tell. Oh,
Have you no pride?
ooh, Chicken Knight. It's not a bad one. He won't move us forward. I feel a little sad. I was kind of hoping he'd scoot us along the road.
Put your life on the line for justice!
So we could see his opinion is not the popular one in town. There we go. I gotta do my little slow walk with him. There we go. Now we're keeping pace. Yeah, I like how quick his legs go back and forth, but like how little distance he makes is quite amazing.
Huh. Ignorant townsfolk? They don't even know what you're going through!
Nevertheless, I can understand where they're coming from. The clash with Highland has already cost us many lives.
But still,
The citizens' malevolence has suddenly intensified.
it's like there's something else going on. Sergey, we'd like to help you with this.
Ah! A Hellion!
Sergey, watch out!
Daddy!
There's something wrong here, but...
Men, take formation 3.
We cannot pull back if the people of Rollins are threatened. Run, child!
We should join them. Right.
I'll thank you to stop interfering.
Not after all my work setting this up.
So you were behind this?
Sure. Okay. Well, we're gonna go find our favorite illusionist.
We need to break her domain!
Yeah, otherwise Sergey's in big trouble.
I like how they made us move slower because she was teleporting and they didn't want us to reach her.
Did we lose her? Wait, there's someone over there.
Oh, there's an herb. Ooh. Oh, cutscene.
Sergey and the Knights?
Yes, we were able to drive off the attackers.
Zavid!
Whoops. Don't respond to the Seraphim, stupid.
To fool even the wind. Impressive illusions.
Good thing her acting sucks. I'm just too much of a people person.
What are you up to disguised as Sergey?
The question is, what am I not up to?
But I know what he's up to right now, and that's getting torn to pieces by Hellions!
So... we're fighting Illusion Sergey. Or, supposedly Illusion Sergey. We'll see. This could technically be the real Sergey. So this is saying even if she could copy Sergey's appearance and moves, there's no way she could copy his determination. I'm not losing to this fake. Is this the effect of Simone's powers, or is Sergey just this strong when he puts his mind to it? Illusion or not, we dare not let our guards down 1 second. Very suspicious dialogue there, chat. So, they are weak to fire, so we should probably pull out Lila.
Bring it on, Shepard!
This feels wrong.
That's the point. Don't hold back. Got it?
Right. This isn't Sergey, no matter what.
Dancing Ember!
Sonic Rush! I have you!
Ooh.
Sonic
Nice
Rush!
try!
Crimson Edge.
Come here there! Coach in! A storm of flames surrounds me! Here goes! My divine flames!
You're done!
Turn off! Blazing demon!
There we go.
Burning
got you.
flame!
Crimson Flame.
Burning
Tiger
flame!
Blade.
Unfortunately, I'm not doing too much damage. So I think I might have to merge. Stop that.
You're done! Tornado Drive! Appear flames! Appear flames!
Status ailments on the undead.
Calamity Flare! Appear flames!
I think chat can see why this is my favorite spell in the game.
Tornado Drive! Calamity Flare! Appear flames! Tornado Drive! Calamity Flare!
Chat, is that ability not just overpowered?
Crimson Flame! May it burn your soul!
Goodbye, enemy.
Let's do some fortune telling.
Wow, look at that grade total, chat.
Which side is the front?
David, are you asking me out?
I kind of like your interpretation.
Oh, that's creepy. So anyway, wow, what a massive amount of grade though. So yeah, that Calamity Flame is absolute nonsense. Or it might be Calamity Flare. I'm sorry. That wall of fire just defeats everything.
No mercy at all, do you?
Why would we? You're not Sergei.
But of course, you and Chivalry Timbers, two peas in a pod. Friend equals save, enemy equals kill, no malevolence equals protect, Hellion equals exterminate. What a simple and beautiful world you live in. How utterly convenient.
Huh? What are you getting at?
I'm saying that all it comes down to is your ego. An ego that is the foundation of malevolence.
That's not true!
Yes, I fan the flames, I won't deny it. But it's perfectly natural for the people to be filled with rage and hatred. But you call it malevolence and you try to stamp it out. The mission of the Shepherd, the code of knighthood. Whatever name you devise, the excuse remains the same. Tell me, Shepherd, what definitive proof do you have that you yourself are not corrupted by malevolence?
Nonsense! Saray is not corrupted!
Of course not. As pure and righteous as your previous Shepherd.
I'm not doing this for the sake of some mission or person. I'm doing it because I believe in it. That's all. And Sergei is the same way.
A lame stab at justification.
Wrong. I've always been like this.
And he always will be.
With the support of your friends, huh? So that's what sustains you. Saray.
Let's go back. Sergei will be all right.
So anyway, that was just kind of an interlude. Let's go take up the Sage, though. Let's improve our max health. So that boss fight went really well. So fortunately, that was one of the few instances where we could take advantage of the combined forms Mystic Arts, because those enemies generally spam hidden arts, which, as you recall, are not able to interrupt spellcasting and in fact speed up the process of it. So we were able to spam out those firewalls over and over and over and over, and the boss, more likely than not...
Looks like their battle is over.
More likely than not was going to be a hidden art, so we were basically able to just defeat the boss effortlessly.
Oh, come on! Are you even trying?
Oh, Zavid.
Sergei!
I'm fine. However...
So wait, he was able to kill a Hellion? I thought you couldn't do that.
Sergei, we heard what happened. Thank you for rescuing this child.
I just wanted to avenge my father and my brother.
I know how you feel. But if you act on every impulse, you're no different from the beasts of the forest.
I didn't care about any of that. I thought if I could kill even one Highlander, I could die happy.
You should know better than that. We're all human. There's no reason we can't find a better path to follow.
Can we search for that better path together, so that no more have to die?
Very well. We'll hear you out. That's all I can promise.
I am honored. The truth is, I too yearn to fight like a beast. Everything I say is a lie. I must be entirely corrupted by malevolence.
Not at all, Sergei. I wonder what Rose is up to. I hope she isn't doing anything unwise. Maybe unwise to hope for that at all.
If it bugs you that much, why don't you go to Pendrago?
Do you think Alicia would be at the Highland Army base?
This whole thing is her worst nightmare come true. It's gotta be awful for her.
Yeah, 'cause she's painfully sincere. Like someone else we all know.
Saray, let's head on over to the Highland camp.
Okay, so it's gonna let us do all the choices. That's good. Will Rose do something unwise? Has she done anything smart? I mean, like, come on. What kind of question is that, game? Oh, no skit for beating fake Sergei. I guess we'll do Alicia last. Let's go to Pendrago, or excuse me, let's go outside of Pendrago. Goodbye our money. Goodbye our money. Well, we ate steak, apparently. Oh, game, you're so silly. So, I guess the game is finally having repercussions for us killing the Cardinal, which is, like, good. We should have repercussions.
Look, another one.
That's number 5.
What happened?
Didn't you hear? Every night lately, someone raids one of the nobles' mansions.
Funny sort of burglar, too. They leave one of those notes around every time they pull off a heist.
And then they tossed the stolen money all over the streets. If only we'd gotten here a bit earlier, we could have snatched some of it.
Who would want the rotten charity of a thief anyway?
So now she's Robin Hooding
I'm really
things.
worried about Rose.
But there's nothing we can do right now.
Any move she makes is bound to be under the cover of night. Let's wait until dark.
So, chat, like, did I miss something? Why did the Scattered Bones let Lunar go? Like, wasn't there a whole cutscene where he got captured at one point? Like, how did he get away? Are they ever gonna explain that, or? Yeah, I definitely feel, chat, that it was a very bad idea to have two NPCs in the same conversation with the same face and head. Like, literally just, like, their hair color was slightly different, but it was the same character model.
Let's head for the Nobles District. If Rose is anywhere, it's probably there.
Well, we'll take advantage of our little quick step while we still have it. Goodbye, quick step. Hey, an area we don't normally walk to.
What do you mean you can't pay me as promised?
Of course not. Do you realize the extent of our losses?
30 guards injured. Over 20 million gold's worth in damages.
So what? Not my fault your guards are such incompetents.
Be that as it may, it is you whom the thief is after.
The Scattered Bones execution will be early tomorrow morning. Settle your problems there. After that, we'll see about your reward.
And how am I supposed to find her?
That sounds very much like a problem that is not mine.
You used to work with her. You're a creative fellow. I'm sure you can come up with something.
Whatever.
Hellions?
Suddenly Hellions. Oh, great. They're basically resistant to everything. I guess it's time to summon Lila.
Try this on. Focus.
Don't celebrate just yet.
Sonic thrust.
That worked out pretty well.
Crap! We lost that damn fox.
Let's get hunting. We need to find him before dawn.
Okay, so we're noticing a little trend here. So we fought Simone with Sergei. Now we're fighting the fox. So I guess we can now assume that Maltran will finally be resolved, chat. We're finally going to try to do something about Maltran. So we're fighting like Heldoff's 3 main lieutenants. And hey, we got the quick step back because of that forced encounter. Nice. Again, the blonde hair and his pointy ears is just really making me think of Link. I can't unsee it, Chad.
So, Lunar, we meet again.
Yes, just the way you wanted it.
Good. This would have been a bit trickier if you'd been stuck in a jail cell.
Wait, is he wearing heels? I didn't really notice that before.
I didn't want to be here, but now I'm thinking I just might enjoy this. When I kill you with my own hands!
Boss!
Forget it. Just run.
What's wrong? You're looking ragged.
Sorry, a certain fella would never forgive me if I let her die like that.
Leave him to us. They need you, Rose.
Got it. I'll be right back.
So what was Rose's plan to deal with him? I'm so confused, chat. I mean, he's clearly a Hellion, but can't you not kill Hellions without... Well, I mean, I guess you... well... I'm just trying to think about it, because I'm confused about something in the beginning of the game. Because I'm pretty sure we were told over and over when we were in Elysia that we couldn't kill Hellions. But then, now that I'm thinking about it, we had a flashback where technically a Hellion died due to something, and then that malevolence was passed on. Are we supposed to just assume that's unreliable narration, or were they not being literal about not killing Hellions? Because that was definitely a thing, chat. I just want to remind you that that was definitely a plot point in the beginning of this game, because we just heard over and over and over again how Mikleo couldn't deal with them. So, I don't know what Rose's plan was here. You know what, chat? I think that deserves an Zestiria moment, because, like, the more I think about it, the less it makes sense. I think I need to just turn my brain off sometimes with the plot. I'm just like, the plot is just it's whatever it wants.
Don't let your guards down. He's a sly one.
Yes, his malevolence is highly intensified.
Burning strike! Blazing demons, come forth! Burning strike! My divine flame!
Blade bang!
Felice, I'm here for you.
Thank you, boss.
He isn't intimidating. No. Vermilion
I will
ring!
smite evil!
Burn bright red!
Ooh, I need like a slightly faster spell at range. Not that one though, unless I get a little closer.
Try this on. Gonna getcha.
I kind of wish Saray was more aggressive. I'm not sure why he's just kind of backing up randomly.
Gonna getcha. My divine flame.
Well, he got himself very injured, so I have to kind of do this.
Thank you.
No escape. Tower of Blood. He isn't burning. Break through. Scorch Bomb. Purgatory of Blood.
So he's doing a lot of damage.
Release my Rhapsody! Retreat for now! Release my Rhapsody!
What is with this instant spellcasting he has? This is so dumb. I can barely heal myself. Please stop. Thank you. Yes, Tower of Blood is indeed the name of the move. I'm trying to do that because that steals health technically.
Somehow.
Burning Shard!
You're first!
He's not even in the fight. Why would he back up because Rose threw a dagger? Who cares?
Thanks.
Guess we're even.
You good to go?
He's my family. I'll handle this.
Should have handled this before, Rose. Alright, now we have a full party briefly.
Magnetic field! Field stigma! You're gonna get bit! Vision bang! Gonna feel the blast! Radiant heat! You're gonna get bit!
Vermilion Rain!
Vision bang!
Burn bright red!
You may feel a slight numbness.
I'm just hoping to lock him down with spells. Kind of like this. So that way, hopefully the AI will juggle him, so I have a chance to cast again. Or not. Oh AI, you're the worst sometimes. And by sometimes, I mean all the time in Zestiria. Like, what is Rose doing? Why was she back there, chat? She's a melee character.
Feel the burn! Radiant heat! Gale force! Windlass! Magnetic fields! Shield stigma!
Let's get a little closer. Yeah, this boss has 29,000 health. He is way too much health. Oh!
Pretty good.
Zavid somehow actually survived that. I'm impressed by that. Okay, I'm gonna stall for the AI to heal and or do whatever it wants. Or he'll just super armor, unblockable attack me at point blank. Sure. That's fair. Why does he keep saying extra crispy? Stop that. Ooh, that did a lot of damage. I might actually be able to kill him next combo. Oh, there we go. She actually did it! She Mystic Arted where she needed to Mystic Art! It finally happened, chat! Oh my gosh.
What's wrong, Shepard? Can't purify me?
It's the same as the Cardinal. Boss!
What on earth? Rose!
This is my job. May these weary bones find peaceful rest.
The hell with that! I spit on your peaceful rest! For all your fancy words, you're nothing but a street thug.
I know.
A murderer and a fake family.
So?
Makes me sick! Sick to death!
Boss!
Now he's extra crispy. Wait a minute, chat. I did all that and I only got 13 grade, but I had no penalties? What a terrible boss fight. Oh, chat, I don't even know what just happened. I can't describe to you. I'm sorry, chat. I've played this game more than once. I still cannot really describe what is going on. But hey, apparently it's daytime, so like 1 million people are talking, even though it's a completely empty arena. So I guess I just took too long to kill him, which is honestly not entirely my fault. That fight, he just had way too much health. Well, anyway, we've all leveled. We keep learning new arts.
Do you think Alicia would be at the Highland Army base?
This whole thing is her worst nightmare come true. It's gotta be awful for her.
Yeah, 'cause she's painfully sincere. Like someone else we all know.
Saray, let's head on over to the Highland camp.
So we're just gonna leave Rose here, whatever. It's fine. It's fine, chat. Extra crispy needs to be a voice line we can redeem. Yeah, I can make that happen. I just have to make sure not to save over the previous save, and we should be good. I would just have to redo that boss fight, which I don't have to actually beat it, so that's not too bad. So I could do that just for you, chat. He's like, what was the other one? He's like, I'm get ya, or something. I don't know what he was saying. So let's make a brand new save so I don't overwrite the other one.
I wonder if Rose is okay.
She's with Egil. I'm sure she'll be just fine.
You're right. But it's unfortunate that their feelings didn't reach Lunar.
Or maybe they did.
What do you mean?
I think Lunar wanted to deny the existence of things like families and comrades. And that was exactly why he was so attached to Rose and her compatriots.
He probably thought that if he acknowledged them, they would shun him. And so that's why he lived a life of solitude.
How ridiculous. What's wrong about relying on other people in times of...
That sort of concept isn't something you can just throw away easily. Especially if you've got a troubled past.
Everyone in the Scattered Bones carries their past with them. Like a sort of burden. Maybe he couldn't accept that.
If that's true, then I feel sorry for him.
So, I'm a little concerned, chat. Wait, why did it put this other one ahead? No, game, don't do that. Why are you doing this to me? This was the save I'm trying not to save over, so it decided to put that at the top, even though this one is more recent. Oh, game, you are just making it so difficult to just do basic things like multiple save files. Seriously, chat, why even arrange it like that? That makes no sense. That whole tangent of the save points has now broken my train of thought. I was going to respond to that cutscene, but all I'm thinking about is, why would they do that? just why? So I like how they're saying like I could go through the caves, but I could just go straight to... Oh, I can actually go to Elysia. What happens if I go to Elysia now? Yeah, actually, what does happen if I go straight to Soray's house? I mean, they wanted us to go to Elysia earlier. Can we have a separate conversation with the grandfather? We'll ignore that guy for the time being. We'll hit him on the way out. Oh, there's nobody even in here. I guess the game didn't think we would go to Elysia or something, even though it lets us go here. What do you mean Gramps is in his house? No, he's not. Oh, Zestiria, did you really not think I would come here before the next plot point? Oh, chat, that's sad. I mean, look at that. No. No, he's not in his house. Oh, chat. Oops. I think the game forgot, chat. That's a big oops on the game's part. Let's see. So we can't do anything in Elysia. We want to go to Lady Lake eventually. We talked to the person in Laston Bell. Oh, I don't think I ever talked to the Lord of the Land in Pendrago, so that was my bad. Let's go to Gadadin. Just because I think we have to talk to each of the Lords of the Land in order to get to Cat's Corner. Or was there not a Lord of the Land here and I'm misremembering? But there seems to be a plot point thing we could do, so that's not the worst thing to happen. Oh no, it is her. Oh, she's here. They just overwrote her symbol for some reason. So the serifs here is... Wait. So, okay, she's just Guardian Seraph, apparently. So it's saying it's possible to visit Cat's Corner, the village of the cats, but there are very strict requirements for entry. However, they're apparently quite easily dazzled by social status. Perhaps you could get in if you carried something to suggest you knew a high-ranking seraph. Okay. So, with that clue, the chat might be able to piece this together, but I'll help it along. So we did pick up an item all the way back in the beginning of the game that is a sign of a high-ranking seraph. And that particular item... Let me think about it. Where was the Lord of the Land in the other one? Maybe back in the church? I'm trying to remember. Might skip that for now. Well, let's go to Maryland. So we got a pipe from Gramps all the way in the beginning of the game. So that is one of the key items we will need in order to reach the Cat's Corner. Because we have to prove we know somebody that's pretty powerful. I'm trying to recall, chat. Did we end up talking to anybody in Pendrago for the Cat's Corner? I don't think so. We could just quickly double check, I suppose. I'm also trying to remember where they were situated, because we know the Shrine Church is where they're at. I'm just thinking if we have to go to the Dungeon Shrine Church, or something else. Yeah, I don't remember. I probably missed it. So let's add Art Attack to our protagonist. Heard of the legend of a turtle who saved a cat and was spirited away to the village of the cats. Perhaps the cats and cats are related in more than just name. Sure.
What the?
Well, at least Snack Prep is slowly leveling, even if we're making bad things. Oh, I'm wide open. It's true. I am definitely wide open. Is there a shortcut here, I wonder? Oh. Why am I not allowed in the church?
Icicle disaster!
Definitely an icicle disaster. Huh. That's weird. We're suddenly not allowed to backtrack into the dungeon. So for now, we'll continue forward. So one thing I want to point out before we go into Alicia's side story thing with Maltran We're gonna learn how painful it is to fight high-level bosses with a character that cannot armatize. Keep in mind that the only way for a character to revive once downed is to use a life bottle or to armatize, and she also cannot stack her health. So we're gonna have to just kind of deal with that. She definitely died like a million times when I played this the first time. Oh, so the church is actually sealed off. So we will not be able to talk to whoever's in the church. I guess that's the reason we can't go in there, sure. Now let's go over to... I almost said Hyrule, chat. I actually almost said that. Oops. Let's go over to Lady Lake. So we're just gonna do a quick old fast travel here. Do we have better in items here? Ooh, see, that's much better. Heal 30% when below 60%. We're probably gonna need that to keep our party member alive. I will take that over the 15% heal. So yeah, this is kind of an unfortunate part of the game. Because the mechanic we've been relying on to deal with bosses doesn't work for our spare party member. And she's not good enough to survive the boss fights, chat. She is not good enough to survive whatsoever at this point in the game. It's very frustrating, honestly. I don't think it was supposed to be a frustrating experience, but I don't really think they playtested what it's like having her in the party. And I feel like they should apologize to us, chat. I'm just saying. I feel like we honestly should get an apology from them. So... the upcoming boss battle is actually, for me, was like one of the hardest boss battles in the game, just due to the aggression of the boss and the sheer relentless physical attacks that we're about to receive, coupled with the fact that we have a absolutely useless partner that will die constantly. So unless we babysit the character and heal them over and over and over and over again, they are absolutely not going to survive more than like 10 seconds in this boss battle. Keep in mind too that all the bosses going forward are going to have mystic arts, so there is no way a low health character is going to survive that. And unfortunately, because we haven't had Alicia in the party for very long, or excuse me, we haven't had her in our party for a long time, she's just gonna die as soon as the boss just like looks at her funny. So we're gonna take advantage of whatever small damage bonuses we could get, because we're gonna have to carry this fight. I'll check the Shrine Church out, because we should at least be able to get some extra dialogue here. Oh, also I guess we could get this chest since we're here. I don't really plan on opening up a lot of those other chests. I don't feel like they're generally worth our time, but I think this one is kind of interesting. So right now we lower our ability bonus versus dragons, which is actually pretty strong, but in exchange we get the KO protection. So I think that's slightly more worth it for us. I think she's technically gaining experience. The chat's asking what level she is. I think she is gaining experience, but at a reduced rate. So apparently there's Cat Seraphim. So there's the Cat Seraphim. Chat, I think I accidentally saved over something. Let me just make a new save. I'm not sure. I might have messed up there. I wasn't paying attention to when I last saved, where it was. I'm not sure, chat. I'm gonna have to go back. Again, it doesn't help that the save files were just not arranged in the order that I saved them. So I apologize if I saved over it, because, again, the game just doesn't sort them in the order that you save them, because that would make sense. I don't know what it's sorting off of. It's not character level. It's not time taken. I don't know if it's alphabetical or something, but it can't be. I don't know. I don't know, chat. It's just confusing. So I'm just seeing if there's anything else we could do here. Doesn't look like that's the case at the moment. So I think, chat, once we speak to everybody, we're going to get access to a secret area. I believe the one we are looking for will show up here somewhere. Like, within the Noble District. I don't see them yet, so that means I missed talking to somebody. Which is fine, because I think we need to have a conversation in Elysia first before we're able to do that. Let's increase art defense by 2. We're gonna need that. Not for, well, for magic attacks definitely, but definitely for the hidden arts, because we're gonna be spammed against hidden arts, I'm pretty sure. A lot of physical and hidden arts coming up. So we're gonna go ahead and, I guess, go to Glaveland Basin, but the other side at this point. So let's travel back to Marland. So let us go here to the inn. And we'll take this place to go to the Glaveland Basin. Let's see. It should just be around the corner. So we're going to take advantage of our quick step from the town, at least. Look how much time this saves, chat. And if this is a mimic, I think I'm okay with this. It's not a mimic. Fine, then we'll keep our speed bonus for now. Thank you, quick step. / wind step. Ooh, look how demonic everything looks here.
Prepare for the assault. Once we receive the royal order, our entire forces will destroy the Roland's army.
Let's ignore the plot for a little bit. Oh. No controller allowed, chat. I guess we do have to plot. Oh, nope. We just had to get closer. Now we have the ability to use the chest. Oh, we got the devil tail. Okay, so just making sure I registered this. So let's unequip Saray. And equip the devil tail. It's kind of a lame accessory. I mean, maybe it's if you rotate it, it looks better. Let's enlarge this so we could see this a bit better. Now that goes really far out. I'm just curious, if we not this rotation. If I were to Z-axis rotate it. See, like, what I was thinking about was, like, see how it's, like, up and down? I thought it would look more like the right half of that tail. I mean, we could get it to do some really weird things, but I'm kind of disappointed in this accessory. So we're gonna go back to the Old Faithful combination. Hello, Meltran.
My, Shepherd Saray. Welcome to our base. Perfect. We're moments from receiving the royal order authorizing our assault. And the messenger will be an old friend of yours.
You can't mean...
You're making Alicia do that?
It's cruel of Bartlow, but still an ingenious plan. If she brings the order, the war is on, and should she refuse, he can have her court-martialed for treason. I can only imagine her dismay.
You disgust me.
Will you attack me? Please, be my guest. Then I could reasonably claim that spies from Roland's were in our camp. No need to wait for a royal order.
Looks like the odds are stacked against us.
We're going to need Alicia's help to hold back the army.
Alicia, is it?
Go ahead and try then. I'm very curious.
Well, I guess she doesn't really care about being overheard, because she just kind of said this in the middle of the camp while surrounded by all those people. I guess they don't care that she's plotting these things.
Alicia wasn't at the army base. Let's check over at Lady Lake.
But if we get Alicia involved, we'll have no choice but to tell her that Maltran is a Hellion.
She'd be hurt for sure.
I'm aware, but there's no other choice.
There's no other choice, chat. So let us go to Lady Lake then, once more. We'll go to, I guess, the inn again. Goodbye all of our cash, by the way. Rest in peace, cash. So we're gonna go all the way back to the Noble District, where she clearly was not. Because presumably that's where she is. And not in, like, the Lake Sanctuary or something. Yep, okay, now she's there. See that, chat? We got too ahead of ourselves. We were punished for knowing technically where we should go.
How dare you obstruct our glorious battle!
You're a disgrace to Highland!
What's gotten into you?
Alicia!
So they are weak to earth and wind, so let's get Edna out here.
Ray? We'll talk later. Are we good, Lila?
Yes! I've reactivated her Squire's pack!
Return to Void!
Hey, a princess. Name's Zavid.
Wait, why did it switch me to No, don't put Mikleo in my party.
Right.
That look in your eyes says you have a question.
No, I think I'll focus on the battle for now.
Rainbow! Rainstorm! Sunny sky! Gather and grant me protection! Gather and grant me protection! I shall run you through! You're outrageous! Get ready!
That's better.
Wonderful! Get ready! It's the end! Know your place! Don't get full of yourself! Burn, burn, burn! Be gone! Thunderclap! Rainbow!
My clothes got dirty.
Hailstorm! Gather and grant me protection! It's over! This is
Oh,
my time!
she's actually Mystic Guarding.
Light blast!
There we go.
That's more or less what brought us here.
I see.
Zavid always talks about himself. We'll fill her in later. Why were those soldiers attacking you?
Probably because I've been stalling the war. I have yet to deliver the royal order authorizing our attack.
And they hate and resent you that much?
You can see for yourself. There's not a thing in the world that can prevent this war now.
You're giving up?
What else can I do? What else do you expect me to do? The king has commanded that we launch an attack on Roland's. An official royal order has already been issued.
If that dumb piece of paper's causing you all that grief, why don't you just chuck it?
Just chuck it? What exactly do you mean by chuck it?
Just what I said. Tear up the damn thing like it never existed.
I can't.
You can't expect Alicia to do something like that.
Hey, no pressure. I don't mind seeing her beautiful face all scrunched up in pain.
No.
What? Oh, Zavid, you're so weird. Oh, I have to talk to her from the front.
Saray, I think perhaps the only way to stop this war is to do as Zavid suggested. Would you be willing to assist me in this?
Are you sure about this? You would be rebelling against your own country.
I know the risks.
All right. Well, if Alicia's made up her mind, we can't refuse her, can we?
Zavid, may I trust you in this matter as well?
I can't decline a heroic princess. Your face looks better with a smile on it anyway.
It's too early to give up. Sergei of Rollins is working to bring this war to a halt as well.
So there are those on the other side, too. One ray of hope is that Lady Maltran is the one commanding our army. She is bound to cooperate with us.
We're so terrible.
What's wrong?
I hate to tell you this, but Maltran's not gonna help you. She's a Hellion. She serves the Lord of Calamity. She was the one pushing for war in the first place.
Edna!
We had to tell her at some point.
Yeah, better she hear it now than get stabbed in the back later.
That can't be true! Don't you even dare joke about such a thing!
Alicia, please calm down.
No, Lady Maltran, she always encouraged me, even when...
I apologize. I will see Lady Maltran and verify this for myself.
Back to that scrunched up face of hers.
I guess her title leveled up, I guess. Yeah, chat. You know what? Let's talk about this scene just real quick before we continue on. So, the game is like... the game is like, tearing up the paper. I can't do that. We take 10 steps towards her up the balcony. Zavid's right. The only thing we could do is tear up the paper. Were they missing a scene in between? Like, what was that, chat? Well, we got a piece of equipment that is only really useful right now, so we'll take a look. So she's level 48. So she's received some experience. And of course the thing we got is like not all that great. So to kind of compensate for her not having super great equipment, she has I guess she comes with her own set of gear. So originally we only had like the calcite and the shabby spears, but now she has Spear of Impending Death. And this one actually is a very interesting ability. I wish we could get this on more of our other common items. Because she cannot really merge with anybody, this particular weapon just lets her ignore the enemy physical resistance. So that's kind of nice. So we can take a look at her overall stats. None of these are really all that helpful, honestly. Wait, why does she have Art Attack up? I don't want that. Yeah, let's downgrade our boots because I feel like we need to improve Lila a bit more. And her having slightly more art damage but way more focus so she could spellcast spam more, I think is far more important in the long run. But no, if you're wondering if this makes up for the fact that she cannot armatize, absolutely not, chat. Absolutely not. Keep in mind, Mystic Arts could deal upwards of like 4k damage, and she does not even have 3000 health. It absolutely does not compensate her in any way that makes any sense. So she is gonna die. Can we put her in Rose's outfit? You know what, chat? We should see what we could do with her. She technically only has the devil wings on. Not really sure what I'm feeling with her in particular. Well, that mask is pretty obnoxious, I'm not gonna lie. Also, why is Bedhead a 2 fashion point worth item? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, wait, you actually can. Wait, you can dress her up as Rose. That's terrible. That's actually terrible, chat. That's terrible on so many levels. We're gonna keep it. That's just trash. We need your help, Alicia.
Hey, are your eyes okay?
It's fine. My vision's good.
Oh, good. So that means you've become stronger.
Just a little bit blurry is all.
A little bit? That could cost you your life in battle.
Perhaps. But this is something you need to see through. To the end.
Well,
We've got way more important things to worry about.
Saray needs you. Nothing will change that. Let's go, Alicia.
Okay.
Okay, I want to try one thing before we get any further. Alright, I'm gonna make the repeat thing smaller. That way it's a little less obnoxious. There we go. There we go. That's much more manageable for cutscenes. So we're just going to return to the place we just came from because Zestiria wants you to backtrack over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. But I guess we could see if we could buy any new items. Nope, of course not. So she's just going to be using that for the rest of the game. Well, time to go to Marland, because I don't feel... Oh, I cannot travel between save points right now. Why, thank you, game. I guess we're going to have a cutscene as I leave here. I suppose, is what it's trying to tell us. They're still talking about logos for some reason. Not entirely sure why that is. So this was our latest save, so either of these would be fine. I'm kind of worried I saved over the other file. Like, how far away plot-wise would I be if I had to redo that again? I'm just thinking about it for the sound clip. It said about 7 hours, but a lot of that was just me messing around with side content. You know what, Chad? I think I could still get that voice clip, even if I lost the save that I'm looking for.
Weapons?
Oh, a new enemy, Mimic Zombie. Carries a silver chest on its back. I wonder if its devotion to protecting the chest made that person a Hellion. Attack type is counterattack, weakness water.
May your knowledge seep from you! Mind Flayer! Multiple currents! Fight my enemy! Purity, come forth!
Thunderclap!
Splash!
Crimson Flame, Spring
Multiple
Force!
currents!
The day is
Fight my enemy!
Radiant Heat! Clear shot!
Oh, Saray, you moved him out of my attack range.
Torrent Fang! Fracture! Ice! Freeze Lancer!
Surround Speed!
Spiral Strike!
Flare Vortex!
Heavenly Powers! Heavenly Powers!
Spinning Top! Purging Flame Surround!
Gathering Swell!
Serenity! Heavenly
Yeah, this guy will potentially give a lot of money once defeated.
Shadow Shock! Heavenly Powers!
My stairs will never
Swell!
break!
I got you!
Flare Vortex! The day is mine! Radiant Heat! Clear shot!
Shred Apple!
Storm of Flame Surround Speed! Flare Vortex!
Go! I got you!
There we go, got the power hit again. Oh, game.
Shatter Fang! Shred Water! May your knowledge seep from you! Mind Flayer! The power of water! The power of water!
The power of water, chat.
Raging winds! The power of water! Tiger Blade! Focus! Don't toy with me!
Storm of Flame
Raging Gale! With my
Flare Vortex!
He's here somewhere, I promise, chat. Attempting escape? Oh, I didn't realize he had a limited amount of time here.
Prepare yourself! I won't hold...
Let's finish him then.
Nope! Crystal Rise! Who's Rob the Rise? Don't worry! Here goes! As your result!
There we go, this should kill him.
The vortex swallows you! Aqua Limit!
What a formidable opponent!
So that's an okay amount of experience and gold. So we leveled from that, which is important. But now we have to probably do a couple fights here and there, just to make sure we have more blast gauge. So Alicia can't really take advantage of her blast gauge, so I'm not really concerned about that. It's more our blast gauge I'm concerned about. So as we get closer to the next area, I believe Maltron's gonna meet us out in front. Oh, that enemy just straight up missed us. But yeah, in the meantime, we're just gonna use some abilities.
Purification complete.
Or the fight is over instantly. And hey, that leveled us, so that was actually kind of worth doing.
Let's make it quick.
So again, I just want to make sure we have just a little bit of blast gauge.
You're also...
I mean, if the fights are gonna go this quickly...
Yes, I've been undergoing intensive training. Under Lady Maltran.
Oh, I see.
This is not.
Wow, this is actually going by real quick. I mean, I might as well just keep fighting these, chat. I mean, we're getting little bits of blast gauge. And this is going towards our overall experience as well.
Sarai, we must hurry.
So, not too bad. We now have, like, 1.5 gauge. Preference would be to have, like, 3 or more. So we'll get into a couple of fights as we get closer. So not too bad. So Chad is asking if Alicia has a Mystic Art. She does. She will probably die before she gets to use it in the boss battle, though, so I'm not really concerned about her Mystic Art. She did the Light Blast briefly. Technically, she is an enhanced one because of the DLC that we have, so she has a 50-hit combo while on Blast Gauge 4 or higher, which is absolutely not going to happen in a standard playthrough. Like, now that we have a mid-40s, low 50s team, maybe we could get 50 hits on a boss and she wouldn't die, maybe.
Well done. All is done here.
Yeah, we're just getting super fast kills at this point. So I might as well just do this a couple more times, honestly.
I'm ready.
I did it.
Dream. Sweet.
Indeed.
So we already saw that point of interest. Yeah, I might, like, if I want to show off the absurdity of the bonus dungeon, I might come back here and do some bonus fights, because these guys are dying almost instantly. And considering I need to do, like, what was it, like, close to 500 battles on the highest difficulty, or the second highest difficulty to unlock the hardest, I think I'll try to take advantage of this area.
Let's make it quick. Purity, come forward.
So now we both have 2 meter, which is not too bad. So if I merge, I'll have 3. The goal is to have 4 after merging, so I just need 1 more meter between us, and I think we're in pretty good shape. Hello, Lady Maltron.
Lady.
So, you finally figured out who I really am.
Why?
For the ideals I cherish most. Now, messenger, the royal order, if you please. We have a war to start. Then I'll take it by force. This way. Too many prying eyes out here.
So we are going to get into a, as I said before, a pretty hard boss battle here. So I want to make sure that we save here. Man, the time slots are all over the place. No idea what to say about any of this. I just, like, chat, can you figure out, like, how this is sorting? Like, we have S, L, and then G. But then C is here. I have no idea, chat. I don't know why they make it so difficult to save the game. In any case, maybe we'll get into one more battle. I want to get some safety blast gauge.
Ready, everyone?
Vermilion Rain! Thunderclap!
Not yet. Well
Pretty
done.
good, right? Eggs around you!
Torrent Raging winds! Everyone okay?
That's maybe good enough. Maybe. So we're going to head into the Boar's Ruin, and we're going to hear a new boss theme, actually. I don't think it's used too often. It might be specific to the Maltron fight. I'm not sure offhand. Hello, Monolith. It's been a long time.
How? How could she?
So she'll be all the way at the back of the ruins.
Alicia.
So we'll do our best to kind of get there. Hello, random treasure chest. You are not a mimic. You're a terrible, disappointing item. Yeah, she's all the way back at the boss room here.
Lila, what type of Hellion is Maltran?
I honestly cannot tell you for sure.
So all we know is she's one to watch out for, huh?
A strong, sexy lady. I'm not seeing the downsides myself. You're working so hard, Lila, but who's it for?
If you're asking if it's for you, then yes.
I'm very disappointed, chat. So, because we didn't get the ancient script text, I'm assuming that means we've picked up those monoliths, so we don't have to worry about that. So she's gonna summon forth, presumably, the massive sword that she stole before. There it is. Or, excuse me, Lance.
Let's be quick about this. I have other work to attend to.
Why, Lady Maltran, why?
You are disgracefully slow to catch on. What you see before you is reality and truth. One who cannot accept reality for what it is has no hope of being a leader to the people.
I acknowledge my lack of resolve, but...
Then you should have realized by now that your naive ideals have no meaning whatsoever in this present state of affairs. Not to the kingdom, not to the citizenry, certainly not to me.
Then why did you act so encouraging and supportive to me all this time?
Because you serve two vital functions. One of which was your utility in getting Highland and Rollins to finally clash with their full military might. Your incessant whining was just the thing to provoke Bartlow and the others to action.
Alicia's ideals do hold meaning and value. That's right. Saray believes in her, even if you don't.
And he isn't the only one.
I'm giving my dear pupil her final lesson. Kindly stay out of this.
What, you can't deal with reality and truth?
So many empty words. Who's slow to catch on now?
A fair point. No need to exchange words when blows will suffice. For your other vital function.
Stand back, Alicia! All right.
Oh boy, chat. This is gonna be a boss battle. So she has technically less health than Lunar, but more importantly, she does like a bajillion damage. And also, annoyingly, she's resistant to physical. So if you are hoping to lean on Saray to get through this, and you have not discovered the skill combination to ignore the enemy resistances, you are in for a very bad time. And I think we're in for a bad time, chat. So only fire and wind is effective here.
I can do this.
Your technique is appalling, Alicia.
Lila, what's her weakness?
I don't know. I can't tell. She's a Hellion, but she's suppressing her nature.
Hold on a second. Why am I Mikleo? Chat, I think the game got really confused. I did not select... Why am I the fourth player? I didn't block at any point. I think it got confused. So anyway, I was trying to switch over to Zavid.
The neck is fine, right? Better kiss me back.
Release my spirit!
The day is mine!
Run! You feel me?
So I guess I will try to swap back.
That did it! Lord of Wind! Vital Protect Ray! Darkstar! Come forth!
That is not what I wanted to do. I wanted to heal our characters. There we go.
Don't push yourself, Lila.
So, I don't know if you saw that, chat, but she just did a 2,100 damage combo to Lila. Even though she was using a Mystic Art that's supposed to reduce damage or at least super armor through hidden arts, it just killed her instantly. Because of course it would. Yeah, I remember this fight being absolute trashy nonsense, chat. Oh, Alicia's dead. And honestly, we're probably not too far behind. We have so much health we have to get through still.
Pretty good. I'm all tied up. Lunar Stream. Spinning top. Water. Purity, come forth. That's it. It's fight. Lord of Water. You're resilient. Don't get charged in there. Break down. Azure Assault. Blue Flurry. Break down. Break on through. Spirit Cleansing. Blue Flurry. Here goes.
So I actually managed to get the stun, which is good, because that's the only way we're gonna do damage.
Break on through. Burst. Ocean Flip. Break on through.
Healing Circle.
Burst. Snake Bite.
So if at any point she Mystic Arts us, chat, we are 100% dead, by the way. We are absolutely not surviving this.
Elixir of Attack. Frozen. Burst.
will make you vulnerable.
Break down. Azure Assault.
I'm trying my best to make sure Edna lives, but I'm pretty sure she's dead.
Binding Vortex. Flames of Light. Azure Assault.
What was that? She dodged all of that? Are you kidding me? Please don't Mystic Art. Please don't Mystic Art me. I don't want to redo the boss battle. Okay, so we're doing a little bit of damage. Oh, goodbye, Lila. She did 4,000 damage. Chat, that would have still killed us. Oh my gosh, get away from me.
Spirit Cleansing. Elixir of Attack. Burst. Ocean Flip. Azure Assault. Open the floodgates. Bubble Arrow. Pierce the skies.
Hey, why don't you?
Too close.
Oh my gosh, get away from me.
Here goes. Open the way forward. Spinning top.
Oh, I'm in trouble. I'm in big trouble. Oh, she didn't Mystic Art me though, but we're in big trouble.
Open the floodgates. Bubble Arrow. Pierce the skies. Arrow Squall. Aim and fire. Ocean Blitz. Azure Assault. Open the floodgates.
Hey, why don't you?
Poor Zavid, he's probably dead from this. Yeah. Goodbye, Zavid.
Pretty good. Pierce the skies. Thunderclap. Spirit Cleanse. Elixir of Attack. Nope.
Oh, we are out of there, chat. Get away from me.
Arrow Squall. Blue Flurry.
I think we're actually still gonna beat this, even though she is definitely going on an AI killing spree.
Edna, be careful. Ocean Blitz. Break on through. Spirit Cleansing.
Like, again, this fight is just so much harder than, like, I'm possibly dead from this. If we get Mystic Arted, it's all over. Oh! Chat, I couldn't actually break out of that. That was a true combo. She was gonna do, like, 4K to us. Oh, I'm out of there. Goodbye.
Blue Flurry. Break down. Break on through. Blue Flurry. Break down.
Okay, we're actually being allowed to do damage again. There we go. So I'm trying my best to kill her, but she is just really stubborn. Please die. We're so close, chat. She almost killed us before. Oh, we're so lucky she dropped that combo. We are so lucky she dropped that combo. Oh my gosh. Get out of here, Maltran.
It's not working.
I'm not letting you purify me. What truly needs purification is this entire world.
Please, Lady Maltran, stop! You are just being deceived by the Lord of Calamity!
You're soft to the core, aren't you? Of all your flaws, that might be. What I hate about you the most. This is reality, Alicia. I have proven my dedication to my lord. I have no regrets.
Alicia!
Yeah, just the saying. Well, clearly you do, or else you wouldn't be a Hellion. I mean, you're right, Yantos. I mean, I feel like the game just keeps forgetting how malevolence works. And poor Rose Leisha, says Chris in the chat. Very true. But there we go, chat. We got through one of the nastier boss fights in the game. Fortunately, I already knew that getting close to that nonsense would have been death. We almost got Mystic Arted twice, and we got really, really lucky I did not get game overed on that fight. Could be 100% honest. Because I don't know if you saw it, but she could chain her physical attacks basically forever. I remember trying this fight just as like a joke on one of the harder difficulties, and her normal attack string, not Mystic Art, did like 5.6 thousand damage. It makes no sense why she could do so much damage and chain you, and you can't escape it.
Alicia.
I can't do this. I can't! I can't! I want to go home! I don't care about all this anymore! About the war, about our nation, about our people! I'm sick of their gossip, their mockery, their lies! Everything! I quit! I'm done being a princess, being a knight! Barlow and his goons can do whatever they want! I've tried so hard for everyone. What good did it do? And still
And yet, you still want to stop the war, right? I feel just like you, in a lot of ways.
The strength of a knight exists to protect. Their kindness serves the people. Lady Maltran's words still linger in my ears. I know she undoubtedly meant nothing by it, just some pretty nonsense to lead me on.
Maybe. But even if she did, you took those words to heart, didn't you? And the Alicia standing right here is as real as it gets. You can count on it.
I'm sorry you had to see this side of my reality.
Hey Kirk, how's it going?
Let me see what I can do about the Highland Army. I'm naive and soft and whiny enough to think it'll work.
Ugh, that
That's
dialogue.
just who I am.
Young folks, always with the melodrama.
Sorry about that.
What? Are you crying too?
It's so beautiful.
You say something?
Nothing.
Sadly, our tragically noble princess won't get a chance to do a thing.
What do you mean?
The war's already on. The Roland's Empire and the Kingdom of Highland. Battle of the century.
What?
If you run, you might still catch it. I hear there could even be an extra special guest star. Bring your popcorn.
Looks like that's our next job.
Rose?
You'll need friends to get the job done, right?
Well, chat, unfortunately Rose is back. Get popcorn, chat. Just break it out. Hi, Rose. The war, we're too late. Settle down, bucko, things look grim. There's a still chance we could prevent the worst from happening. Oh, Rose, you're so terrible. Of course we can't prevent the worst from happening. Yeah, Kirk, you missed all of the Alicia stuff, so say goodbye to Alicia, chat. We will not be partying with her at all for the rest of the game. She's no longer in the game. So give Alicia that salute. She went into that one boss battle, got absolutely wrecked, did nothing for us, and then left. Oh, actually, speaking of which, we need to get some blast gauge, and because I need to also grind battles later, let's make sure we get some blast gauge here, because I am absolutely not doing this with only one blast gauge. No way, chat. So again, we're going to build up as much blast gauge as possible here.
Not yet. Hang on, everyone.
It is kind of amazing how she just shows up. I think the dialogue might change depending on the order that you did them in, so I think, like, obviously the events would still occur in Glaveland Basin, right, where the war is gonna happen no matter what we do. But I'm curious, like, if Sergei had said something, if she would have said, like, instead of the princess, she would have talked about, like, our shining knight, or whatever. Like, she would have changed her dialogue.
Is that your sword style?
I don't want to hear her compliment our sword style. So we're gonna get into a couple more fights, because again, we do not want to go into this fight without, like, pretty high blast gauge.
Looks like we win.
Unfortunately, Rose is just not building any meter. I'm hoping this is another Mimic. It is not. We got a life bottle, which I guess is not terrible. We need those for much later on in the game, because again, my preference is to not use items when we do the Tales game. I just want to see if we could beat it without relying on, like, 100% heal spam. There are some exceptions to that rule where I will break that because I already know how nonsense the fight is. Okay, so we've now built up a decent amount of meter. Rose is still woefully behind, so let's just keep fighting. Oh, we never fought that thing. Guess we'll go fight it on normal. We should be able to beat it now. We're pretty high level. Yeah, see, this is only level 24. So, physical and earth are good.
Let's do this!
What brilliance!
It's got such an intimidating aura.
Yes, it's dangerous to go near it without heed. Especially when they cast curse spells. What a pain.
Things are getting heavy.
Shield glimmer
What the hell? What the hell?
Earth Lord!
Stop that.
That won't work! Scrap toss!
Oh, we got the tiny rock.
Light the way!
Well, that's an annoying attack.
Light the way!
Well, that's a wrap.
Pretty easy boss fight because we're very overleveled.
That was a tough enemy. Let's prepare for our next battle.
Yeah, that was not a tough enemy, but sure. We'll put it back on hard for a little bit, chat. So we have an okay amount of blast gauge now. Rose at least has 2, which is a good sign.
Looks like
And now I made sure Edna, our backup character, has also a decent amount of blast gauge. So I think at this point we could pretty much head back to Glaveland Basin. I'll go this way just so we could get more health, because we do have health maintenance on.
Let's get started.
You know what? I'll make sure Zavid also has about 2 meter, just in case.
Well, that was actually pretty decent.
It's not too bad, not too bad. And I think that about does it for this area. There's like one more fight we could do, so let's save yet again. I really hate what it did to our save file, so I'm gonna save on this one. We're gonna get into one more fight here, and then I'm just gonna swap the difficulty down.
Crimson Edge! Right! Sweet! Almost Might Evil! Shadow Shot!
Indeed, that's the end of it.
And now Zavid has 2 Blast Gauge, which is pretty safe. So if for whatever reason our partner dies, they should be able to at least give a gauge. And it looks like Rose collectively would have roughly 5 bars, which is pretty solid, as does Saray. So let's make sure to lower the difficulty, because we are not over-equipped for what we're about to fight. Oh, we can get into one more fight. Why not, chat?
Sweet dreams! I better shred my phone!
I did not mean to use Blast Gauge there, but that's okay. Mikleo not having it is not the end of the world. Oh hey, another enemy.
Steady your nerves. Now's my chance. Hang on, everyone. Sweet dreams. You should be on your
Pretty easy kills at this point in the game. So now we're gonna come to probably the best cutscene in the game. I know I've been talking about it a lot. I kind of forgot where it would occur, but now that we finally are at the precipice of war, we are ready for Heldolf's big plan to occur. So enjoy the cutscene, chat.
Lila, what is that?
Oh no, it has been born.
Well, chat, I guess we'll go to try to fight a dragon. That is the next boss, and this is probably the best fight in the entire game. So we have to put a stop to the dragon that spawned on the battlefield.
Dragon! Holy crap, there's a dragon!
So we're just gonna go straight for it. If anything fights us, we'll deal with it. But our goal is to go reach the dragon.
Yeah, it's fully materialized.
We cannot avoid this battle.
The undead pack some powerful arts, bro.
They can also warp, so keep an eye on them.
Dance, Embers!
Lunar Strain!
Oh, I see what happened before. Okay, that's what I want to do. Yeah, he just brought us, chat. So we're gonna deal with this fight, and we'll continue with the dragon in a moment. Sorry about the brief interlude between. But these enemies are just very insistent that we fight them. I'm not super happy that Rose just burned her meter on this fight. Hopefully that will not prove a detriment later. Well, I guess it's good that I had some Edna practice. So fortunately, her spells are pretty powerful at this point in the game. And the final embrace is very good at AoE. So we're gonna just clean up this fight. Again, she's pretty powerful. It is very amusing to play as her. Yeah, Rose likes burning her meter almost immediately, but fortunately Lila has some decent meter, so I think we're ready.
They're all dead.
If only we'd listened to Princess Alicia, we could have avoided all of this.
It hurts!
So we're gonna briefly go talk to the turtles that's over here, because I think this is the only chance we really get a chance to. So it's the Dark Turtles Emporium. So he says if we survive, we get to meet him again. Hopefully we'll meet again. So he does not seem to have anything of interest, so we're gonna just go straight towards the dragon.
About that thing?
If we can't, there's no one that can save it.
So basically, to explain it for people that might not have seen the previous parts, so there was a Seraph captured by Heldoff mentioned a long time ago, and now the plan to convert him into a dragon has finalized. So we're gonna have to stop it because it's the most powerful creature, basically in the game, outside of the gods.
So, this is what it's like to be.
You can't give up! Stand up!
Run!
What on earth is going on?
Saray is back there fighting it. A dragon.
We're gonna live!
So, this is gonna be a boss, chat. It's weak to physical, it's got 75,000 health, and it is here to wreck us. So we're gonna do our best. It is also sort of not resistant to wind, so we could take advantage of that. But let's go in.
That goes for both of us, too!
You got it! I don't intend to die here! Yeah! Shadow Shot! Yeah! Prepare yourself! I'll crush you! Again! And again! That's Final Player!
Vermilion Rain!
Try this! Spin! Try this! How we wins! First force!
Flare Vortex! Leprechaun Flame! Fight Three!
Tough old lizard.
It's feasting on the malevolence generated by the human's fear.
Sounds, tasty?
So even the power of the shepherd is not enough?
It's a genuine miracle they're even standing!
How can he fight like that? He's the shepherd.
No, that's not it.
It's just who he is.
Release my Rhapsody! Fire! Blistering fangs! Open the way forth!
Scorch that! Pillars of flame!
Weak! Aim and fire! Here goes!
Rain of fire!
Weak! Here goes!
Molten wall!
Open the way forth!
Purgatory of flame!
So unfortunately, I'm not quite the right character for this.
Breakdown! Binding vortex!
I don't think it'll let me separate. But we'll make do. It's fine.
Saints Arrow! Here goes! What? Open the floodgates! Bubble arrow! Open the floodgates! Bubble arrow! Pierce the skies!
Lord of fire!
Arrow squall! Spirit cleansing! Elixir fatigue! Spirit cleansing! Elixir fatigue!
Burning shard!
Saints Arrow! Blistering fangs!
Molten wall!
Okay, there we go. I separated. Let's get Zavid in here.
Got you! Dang, pull together forth! Windler!
Radiant heat! Glimmer dragon!
That did it!
Behold the destruction!
Lord of
Wind!
wind!
Not dead yet!
Violent projection!
Lord of fire!
Gale Phantom! Not this time!
Ooh, I'm paralyzed. Not great.
Vermilion Crescent! Trap them! Blood
Strike!
moon! Trap
Razor
them!
vortex!
Turn away!
You feel it? Soul resonance!
Rhapsody!
I need a hand! Wind blip! Here goes!
So we're just gonna keep going, chat.
Fear my wings! You feel it? Soul resonance!
I'm gonna make sure our allies are at full health. We're gonna be in for a quite long boss battle. As you can tell, we are not anywhere near injuring this thing yet.
Rose, get back! Gale Phantom!
Lord of fire!
Red! Yeah!
Vermilion Crescent! Trap
Wind
them!
blip! Dragon blade!
Fire!
You feel it? Soul resonance!
And again, fortunately Zavid has an AoE heal, so we could kind of abuse that for a little bit. Well, I think I managed to stun it, which is good.
Frozen shape! Cleaver! Dancing arrow!
Shoot!
Lord of fire!
Ready for dirty dancing?
Raging winds!
Okay. Man, I hate working.
Oh, Zavid.
Vermilion Crescent! Burning shot!
Again, our goal is to build up as much blast gauge as possible. Hopefully our allies do not get too injured.
Lord of wind!
Up here, flames! Calamity flare!
Not this time! Torrent spit! Fear my wings!
I really wish our ally would be more... Okay, we got lucky. Our ally did not die.
Crap. I can't do this much longer.
Rose!
Saray! We will fight at your side!
Who's afraid of a dragon? Just a big old lizard!
Suddenly things aren't looking so bad.
Yeah! We still got a chance! Let's do this!
Vespasiana! Release my spirit!
Lunar Stream! Water! Shred like return to void!
Get lost!
You know nothing!
Blood moon!
Go! This is what I'm capable of! Catching flames! That did it! Lord of water!
What? Retreat for now! Vermilion Crescent!
Spirit
Burning
cleansing!
shot!
Elixir fatigue! I need a hand!
Break through! Molten wall! Break through!
Well, gotta do our best with what we have, chat.
Here it comes! Here it goes! Binding vortex!
I think unfortunately Saray did die there. He was doing a very long attack and he would not let me armatize him.
Binding vortex! Spirit cleansing! Elixir fatigue! Here it goes! Defensive roll! Use it hard! Catching flames!
Forces of nature! Horizon storm!
Raising demons come forth! Go!
Yeah!
May your soul...
I will smite evil!
Death! Sleeping dragon! My flames! Purge all! Vespasiana!
Repent
What? Why, you... Shoot! Shoot! That did it!
Release my spirit!
Build Zestiria! I need a hand! Charge! Violent protection!
It's deeper now!
Now's our chance!
Not this time! You feel it? Soul resonance! You feel it? Soul resonance!
There we go. I wanted to heal our allies a little bit.
You feel it? Soul resonance!
Double demon thing! Come here then!
Feel my wings!
Doesn't look good.
So we are dangerously low on meter. This could be close one, chat.
Nice, nice!
Humans sure get carried away.
Yeah, but that's just, you know.
Yes! That's the power of human beings!
Wind blip! Here goes! Feel my wing! What?
Get lost!
Shred 'em!
Get lost! No escape! Purgatory of flame!
Dragon Blitz!
Burn! Molten wall!
You feel it? Soul resonance! Violent projection! Here goes!
Spirit!
Come forth! Gale Phantom!
Rain of fire!
Man, this thing has got some health, chat.
Shred 'em!
But we're getting close.
Pull together! I need a hand!
Healing the flame!
Violent projection! Here goes! Virulent Shards!
Break through! That's bad.
Wind Blip! Torrent Spin! Dark Star!
Vermilion
Wind
crescent!
Blade!
Get lost!
Gale Phantom! Here goes! Dark Star! Strike! Torrent Spear!
Heal my hill!
Wind! Dang! Pull together! Rose, get back!
Earth Lord!
Being paralyzed during this makes this very difficult.
Rising sand! Cry out!
You're pretty much screwed.
You feel it? Soul resonance!
Thanks for the vote of confidence there, Edna.
Vanish! Stratashield!
Oh boy.
Street Slasher! Lightning Strike!
Torrent Spin! Carve my path! Torrent Spin! Dark Star!
We're so close, chat.
Here goes!
Pretty good.
There we go, chat.
Hell yeah! Go on. Do it, Saray. Hudson Newland! Time to
finish this!
We did it.
Victory for humanity!
So there we go, chat. We have defeated the dragon which is probably the most memorable boss fight in the game. We didn't die too often, fortunately. I think our ally died a couple times. I know Saray died at one point, and that was just kind of unfortunate because if he's doing a really long attack, you can't force him to armatize. I guess because they don't want you to infinite. So unfortunately, he did one of his slowest attacks and completely locked us out of armatization. So I'm going to blame Saray for that. But we have we've gotten the Dragon Reincarnation Orb, Blessing Orbs, Title Proficiency, new battle action.
The malevolence. It's vanished. Yeah.
Well, that was my exercise for the year.
Yeah.
But we made a difference. Let's treat ourselves to a break. How about our old hideout?
Whew. I'm exhausted as well.
No surprise. We took down a dragon.
We managed to stave off the worst somehow. Let's just be grateful that we're alive, yeah?
Okay, so I want to take a look at some of the things we received. There we go. So we now have a valuable called the Dragon Reincarnation Orb. It says it offsets the power of the dragon's self-healing art, Luminous Gain. Excuse me, we got the Animalis Orb. We got a lot of health increasers. Still not enough, frankly. We're still very low on health. So let's see, we unlocked a new ability, but I'm not sure what it is. Maybe if we scroll up, we'll see it. Oh, attack step. When front stepping, use attack judgment one time in mid-combo. However, SC consumption increases by 10. Use attack judgment. I'm not entirely sure what that phrase means. I think this is the one where I feel like this is a trap to use, if I remember correctly, because later on in the game, basically from here on out, there's going to be characters that are resistant to physical. So, for example, if we were just trying to front step to approach an enemy, and we happen to hit what their resistance is, so for Saray, he would be doing a physical dash. This causes the enemy to auto attack or auto cast because it just fills up their spell meter. We don't want to do that. So I don't think any of these other things are worth our time. I mean, maybe Deadly Rage. Or, you know what, I'll 10k bonus for now. Use the attack called Judgment. I was gonna say there's not really a skill with that name, unfortunately. So chat was saying that I used a new mystic art on the boss, and that is technically true. It's hard to see here, but I did final. It says final player. I thought it was supposed to be prayer. I'm wondering if that's a typo. And that's because we managed to get a 50-hit combo, and I held the Mystic Art button down. So we finally got to see what that one was. It's kind of hard to pull off most of the time, because the situation is that Mikleo has to be solo and have Blast Gauge 4, and we still have to be in a combo. So pretty much unless we play as him, we're not going to see it. So there we go, chat. We hit the highlight of the game, so it's all downhill from here. So I guess we'll go fight something to get meter back, I guess.
Lord of Fire! Dance, Embers! Now! Freezing! Hang on, everyone! Not bad, not bad. Not yet! Well done!
Incredible knife handling. Do you have any...
Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch characters that I'm controlling back to Saray. Just for the time being. So we're gonna go to Tentacle Ruins to rest. Because the game says thou must. So we might as well do it. Rose, what do you have to say about that? Rose, that dragon, I couldn't say... probably trying to say the word save. Rose says, we stopped a war, you did everything you could, and it saved tens of thousands of people from suffering. I was right there with you. If anyone's to blame, it's me. I mean, we can blame Rose. I think we could get behind Rose on that one. I blame you, Rose. Oh, chat, oh, chat. So, we did manage to get through that boss. I was a little scared because I ran out of blast gauge towards the end of that fight, and I was getting a lot of status ailments. And as a reminder, when you have a status ailment, you cannot heal. Nothing in the game will heal you when you have a status ailment, and it was doing a lot of burn, and it was doing a lot of paralysis. So I was really concerned about a party wipe on that final phase, but we managed to pull through it. I definitely did not want to use my Mystic Arts because we were not getting a good weakness combo, and then even if I did do that, we still had to go through that very long final phase. So even though the enemy said it had like 72,000 health, we actually realistically had to do closer to 80 to 90,000, because keep in mind the other forms don't count towards that health total damage we dealt, because it healed itself.
Such an innocent face.
Asleep or awake?
No need to worry. Soray's got it together.
Yes, I know, but...
He's almost 2 together, huh? Sounds like something a mother would say.
Can't it be sister at least? Although I am far older.
All right, sister. We ought to rest up too.
Yes, I'll just tuck both of them in.
Morning.
Not even. You've been sleeping for 3 days straight.
You're kidding! I was wondering why I was so famished.
Let's go get something to eat.
Indeed, Saray woke up just before you did.
After we're done, let's head on over to Lastenbell. I gotta check on how everything wound up.
Sheesh, workaholic much? Though I guess I shouldn't talk.
Aren't you curious?
Well... yeah. If anyone's warmongering, I got some killing to do.
Maybe we should leave her here.
Chat. So I guess we're gonna go back to Lastenbell, but do you have anything more to say? Hello, Rose. Saying it looks like the fight ended. Rose says, damn straight, I knew they'd come to their senses. There's enough problems in the world already without them deliberately adding to it. More or less is what that said. So we're gonna have a nice little tour back to Lastenbell. I feel like we went through some of the game's hardest fights back to back. I don't feel like the final boss was honestly on the same level as the stuff that we just fought. We'll see as we go forward.
Those dragons used to be Seraphim, right?
Yes. They were likely Seraphim of considerable power. Most likely, he captured them and shut them away in an area where malevolence is likely to gather. Like a battlefield, for example.
As a sacrifice.
A battlefield is like a microcosm of our world. All kinds of emotions spiral and whirl about in a place like that.
You mean like fear and hatred? The kind of emotions that would beget dragons.
Those aren't the only ones. There's also bravery. The bravery needed to stand up against the dragons. And that's something you invoked.
Then I can't give up yet. Not as long as there's still hope. I'll just have to believe. Both in Sergei and in the world that humans live in.
Indeed. And we will believe in you.
Well, Chad, I mean... We'll see. There are a lot of optional bosses that I would say are probably slightly harder than Maltran. Maltran for me is probably the hardest story boss we're gonna do. The dragon is sometimes hard. I feel it's more an endurance test versus the dragon, where Maltran is just full of one-shot city. So we managed to not get one-shot, so that's always a good sign. Chad, I wish we could I wish we could leave Rose. I wish. The game will not let us have any other party members, unfortunately. She's with us till the end of the game. It's just very sad, chat. It is what it is, though, I suppose.
Saray, look! Alicia and Lucas!
Hello, Alicia.
As a messenger of the Kingdom of Highland, I am here to discuss terms of a truce. I would like to meet with a representative of the Roland's Imperial Army.
We honestly wish we could allow you to pass, but Highland and Roland's are still officially at war.
This is a decision that has to be made at the top. I'm afraid as mere rank and file,
Alicia! Lucas!
Saray!
I knew you were alive!
You're meeting with Roland's?
I hope. It seemed like this might be the last chance for diplomacy.
A Highland princess wandering all the way here with no escort? You're a trooper.
What do you mean? She's got the best guard in the world.
If there's a chance we can stop the war, it's a small price to pay. But we're running into some, jurisdictional issues.
Shepard?
You're with the Platinum Knights, right? Do you think you could contact Sergei for us? Tell him that Saray's friend, Alicia, has come to visit.
If it's a meeting between friends, then the Knights have no need to interfere.
I'm sorry my subordinates couldn't be more flexible with you.
Not their fault. I hear they work under a very rigid captain.
You caught me there. So you're Alicia. I am Sergei, a friend of Saray. Well met.
I'm Alicia. My sincere thanks for helping us the other day.
Not at all. Would you like to join me for some tea?
Certainly. I'm thankful for this opportunity.
We won't let it go to waste.
Damn peaceniks. Putting good mercenaries out of jobs. This calls for booze. What do you say, Shepard?
I love the chat's reaction is just, that's dumb logic, and what? Poor Yentos. I mean, I guess it's convenient that Sergei was there. I mean, it's not entirely weird for him to be here, but I mean, I guess that saves us a little bit of time, I suppose. Speaking of which, if I come to here... Oh, I cannot travel between save points now, of course. And Lucas is just immediately drunk. That was fast.
Alright, that should do it for now.
Yes, thank you for all your help.
Aw, it's over already?
The first meet and greet, I've received an invitation to Pendrago Castle.
By yourself?
In exchange, His Imperial Majesty of Roland's will allow me to meet for direct negotiations. Not bad for a bottom-rung princess, huh?
We are comrades who battled the dragon together. The Empire will have the decency to acknowledge that.
Neat.
Guess the peace talks are in good hands.
And here I thought the war would be dragging on and on.
Oh no, that was a pretty good one! I'm jealous.
Is it a competition?
Saray, would you be interested in coming to Pendrago with us? You're a key figure in bringing our two nations together.
Thanks. But that's a dream that you should be the one to fulfill.
I suppose. Best to you on your journey.
You too, Alicia. Sergei?
Not to mention our plastered buddy out there.
So, I guess the summoning of a dragon now lets Alicia do whatever she wants. Did I miss something, chat? Like, at what point did she mention that the king said the war should be over? I feel like she's just kind of deciding this. Because, as we learned from before this fight began, she does not have authority. She's overruled by the nobility and the king. So, when did she go back to the king and tell him any of this? I mean, in in-game minutes, it was like 5 minutes since we did the dragon fight. We have to leave Laston Bell. Does it matter which exit? Oh, we have to go this way. I'm questioning the plot too much. I mean, it's just really conveniently scripted. I guess we'll put it that way. They're like, oh, dragon fight over. Oh, it's been 3 days in Oh, I'm sorry. I guess we did rest at the ruins for a while. You're right. I think I missed that little line of dialogue back there. I know we were resting at the ruins, but I mean, like, it just seemed rather quick. But I guess it's good that all happened off screen.
Actually making progress with the peace talks. That Princess Alicia is a godsend.
She sure is. If only a certain layabout would follow her example.
My doggie's happy too. She hates war.
You and me both, puppy. You and me both. Hey, bud. You up for a drink?
Chat saying Zavid said Rose slept for 3 days. I mean, in my defense, I try not to listen to Zavid because it's Zavid, so that would probably explain why I missed it.
Departure can wait a day.
Huh? But...
So sleepy all of a sudden.
Oh, my back. I gotta lie down.
Get us a nice room.
Come on.
Yantos is having Berseria horror flashbacks. Poor Yantos.
Thanks, Lila, for hanging out with me.
Don't mention it. I was thinking of coming up here and watching the city anyway.
So this is where Soray's guidance has led us.
Indeed. I'm sure he is doing much the same, watching them and thinking about how far we've come. Edna and Zavid too. After our long journey with the shepherd, I imagine they're using this time to reflect on their past and perhaps their future.
Kinda like us, huh?
Well, well. Edna coming to see me? Should I be scanning the skies for pigs?
I want you to tell me, why were you killing Hellions?
Where'd this come from? And why now?
Is it to save them? Did you make up your mind that it's something you have to do in order to save them, like Saray did?
I am really not feeling the song, chat. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, I get it. You still haven't quite wrapped your head around the idea of death as a form of salvation. And so every time you put it into words, it's been to convince yourself.
Edna is a smart woman. I imagine right now she's busy sorting out her feelings before we face our final battle. No doubt she's consulting Zavid for guidance. He's seen more of the world than any of us, the good and the bad.
You're really a good study of people. You should have been a school teacher.
Oh, but Rose, you had something you wanted to ask me, didn't you?
the dragon appeared, Saray found his answer right then and there, didn't he? It was that he didn't want that battlefield to see any further killing or bloodshed.
Yes, and then he immediately took the actions he deemed necessary in order to achieve that. Time flows differently for people with a vision, or so it seems to the rest of us sometimes.
He's incredible.
Wow, look at all those stars. Yeah. I forget who said it, that there are as many emotions as stars in the sky. I can totally see that.
A metaphor for how each emotion sparkles in its own way, huh? Must have been a romantic who came up with that one.
But you can also sense his insecurities about that, can't you, Rose? Like he's constantly on edge, worrying that if he let his guard down even a little bit, he'd lose his way again.
I think Saray himself might be the only one who doesn't see that. I mean, you know how little it takes for a taut string to go snap, right?
Are you worried?
Not worried, really. Whatever happens, whatever the future brings, I hope I can make it work somehow. No, I know I can.
So that's your answer.
I guess so. But I've always been like this ever since I was a kid.
I'm starting to understand why you don't generate any malevolence.
If you say so, Lila.
Everyone not to worry and to just go do what they need to do. Pow! But I don't mean like, see ya, have fun, I'll be over here. I promise I'm with the rest of you guys for the long haul.
Don't you think it would be better to tell that to everyone, not just me? After all, I'm sure Edna and Zavid would take no small amount of inspiration from it.
I don't know, it'd be weird to walk up to them and be like, I am here, we are friends.
Probably true.
Sheesh, you women folks sure are complicated. But then, that's part of the appeal.
Women folk?
Are you just stupid?
Edna said what I was
Ain't
thinking.
old stupid, Ed. The type who can't do anything but believe in the one way he's found to get stuff done.
What makes you believe in it?
I just have a need to protect the pride of my friends and fellow Seraphim. No one becomes a Hellion because they want to.
Yes, they do.
When you turn into one, you know what that means, right? So that's why I end it for them, for the sake of their pride.
Everybody's drunk, chat. Don't worry about it.
Saves them?
Who knows? That's something they get to ponder after death, in their own personal afterlife.
Huh. How gallant of you. So that must be what makes you so...
attractive? Ow! Hey!
He deserved that. Oh, he's clipping.
Off. Don't you all have one more thing you need to brace yourselves for?
It'll depend on what Saray does with Mautelis after we take down Heldolf. But you know what? That's alright. I'm prepared. No matter what he decides, I'm willing to accept it.
Gotta say, I think your resolve wins out over mine. I don't even know if I could do that. Just look on silently while one of our own suffers in agony.
Well, I wouldn't worry too much about that.
Did the
We're
music
all in
give
this
up?
Together till the very end.
So, if Zavid's quivering in fear, you'll be there to give him a gentle hug, right?
Gross.
Oh, there it goes.
Well, if my saying something is enough to cheer those two up, it might be worth it after all.
It's enough to have someone to lend you a kind word. After all, that's what friends and comrades are for. But Rose, if you don't mind, may I ask what prompted you to bring all this up?
I just kind of thought you and I might have sort of been thinking about stuff along the same lines. I just wanted to tell you, you don't have to carry it all by yourself. Huh? What? Did I say something funny?
Huh? The two of us really are more alike than we realize.
So I'm trying
We
not
commit to things. We decide on what role
to
we're gonna
talk
play
too much over the
without really
cutscene, but
consulting with anyone
the
else.
music sounds more like credit music to me. That's what I wanted to comment upon while we're still hearing it.
Now that you mention it... So that's why I felt like we might be sharing the same thoughts. We're the same. Independent women.
Rose, I must thank you. I feel like a great load has been taken off my mind.
Really? Hey, cool beans.
Cool beans.
I'm profoundly grateful to whatever twist of fate brought us together.
You really are a drama queen, Lila.
Aw, Rose!
All right, come on. We got some friends to go cheer up.
Stop panning to the sky.
Journey. Some stars you can't see, and because you can't see them, you think they're not shining. But they are.
It turned out that there were a lot of stars that we couldn't see from our home in Elysia.
Once people notice the stars, they start to understand just how brilliantly they shine. Just like how Alicia finally got a sense of what Seraphim were truly like the first time she heard your voices.
That was a trip. You should have seen your face.
I was really excited back then. It gave me hope that one day other humans might be able to talk to the Seraphim.
But even then, you had to cut off your senses and hold your... Oh, I see. You were actually contemplating what you'll do after the last battle.
Yeah. If I let myself become a vessel for Martellus and shut off all my senses, we might be able to spread that power throughout the entire continent of Glenwood. If it works, and that's a big if, the Squire ought to be able to wield power like mine, even if she doesn't possess natural ability on par with a shepherd.
So long as you entrusted all of your senses to the Squire, it's not out of the question. And we might be able to grow the ranks of squires who could help us. Just think of Alicia. It's arguably a more constructive approach than just waiting for another shepherd to appear.
Exactly.
But you understand the implications, don't you?
Yeah. Until the Squires can quell enough of the Earth's malevolence to let Mautelus's natural purification take over, I would need to wait and sleep.
By bonding with Mautellus, you'll be abandoned in time. It could take years. It could take centuries. And even if humans appear who can see and talk to Seraphim, there's no guarantee they'll choose the path of coexistence.
I believe in them.
What about your dream? Weren't you going to go off exploring ruins around the world?
My dream will live on, so long as I don't forget.
I now have a question. I'm gonna wait for them to talk, though.
Very well. Thank you, Mikleo.
Just credit music. I'm gonna call this credit music.
Stupid.
It's not so much that guys are stupid. It's just that the ladies are too smart.
What's that, your philosophy?
Huh. Looks like the gang's all here.
I suppose you were all listening to us then?
Yes.
I may not be Edna, but you really are...
Totally...
stupid.
Thank you, giant sunglasses. So, I'm gonna wait for this, because I just cannot get a feel for when they're gonna talk.
Let's head out.
Huh? We're not waiting till morning?
No farewells to Alicia or anyone?
I'd like to set out under these stars tonight. So that every time I gaze up at the night sky, I can remember this very day.
Guess we've got our own romantic right here.
You think so?
So what's up? Are we going?
Yeah.
To the last battle.
Yeah.
All right then. No doubts, no regrets.
Hello, floating dog ears. Okay, I think I finally have the opportunity to speak for a couple of seconds. So I have a question that's come up that the game has not really answered, and we're making really, really huge assumptions about. So we just talked about merging with Maltellus. Like, okay, assuming that's even possible, how do we know that we're still not going to age? Right? Didn't Mikleo said it would take centuries? I mean, are we only going to do it, like... I don't get what it was implying there, because it's just like... Like, okay, like, Saray would merge with him, but doesn't... Like, I'm assuming then he also doesn't somehow need to eat, or sleep, or do anything else. I don't know, I feel like this concept wasn't really explored prior to this point, and it's just a really weird assumption for our main characters.
You're not worried about Alicia and the others?
Not at all. Sergei and Lucas are with her.
Our next destination is Alicia.
Yeah. There should be a passage that leads to Camlon where Maltellus is waiting.
What are we gonna tell Gramps?
Let's just not tell him.
Saray!
There's no need. It's not like we'll never see him again.
You're right. Let's do this.
Wait, no, that doesn't work. That doesn't work because we just said we were gonna bind with Maltellus, and if that happened, we probably wouldn't see Gramps again. I don't agree with that particular line of dialogue there. I don't agree, chat. Oh, you know what, chat? I forgot to look at something else. It just dawned on me that I put this off for too long. I probably should have changed over our outfit, but we did learn, or not learn, we did get new outfits. Technically. It apparently changes the battle music. But I think we could get an alternate outfit for Mikleo. So I think we'll put Mikleo in his alternate outfit. I had kind of put it off because I forgot one of the previous streams, and I figured we'd take a look. So I guess if we want to hear very specific music, we could go back to the older battle themes. Yentus is asking about Aizen repeatedly. We have not concluded Aizen's sub-story, if that's what you're asking about. We have technically seen Aizen much earlier in the game, but we're not able to do anything about him. So, technically, you could just beat the game and never go back to help Aizen or do anything there. So speaking of which, do we now have fast travel? It appears that we do. I can only go forward. Okay, so I can't go back to the Shrine Church yet again, because of course. Where could we go other than Elysia? I suppose we could go inside the inn as like a safety point. Oh yeah, no. Yeah, Chow, I want to make it clear to you, Aizen is sub-story. We don't even have to ever go back to the mountain. even though that's Edna's entire reason for joining the group. They made some really awful decisions with what is skippable here. Now, I'm a little concerned here because this inn potentially could lead to a boss fight, but I haven't seen the skit leading into it, so maybe we're okay. Because I would prefer to get this meal before we do anything else.
Can't believe we really beat the dragon. Pretty impressive. That's why you the man, Saray.
I know. It's about Edna's brother, isn't it?
You might have noticed that already, but if we shoot Eisen with Siegfried,
we might be able to get rid of the malevolence and return him to normal.
It's still only a possibility. We may need more than one bullet. And who knows if this will even work.
Yeah. I know that now's not the time.
Sorry. Maybe I said too much.
But if we scour the world, we might be able to find another way.
Yeah. But Heldolf ain't gonna wait for us.
This could be our only chance.
I'm not forcing it, you know.
Because you'll do it yourself anyways, right?
You bet I will.
So, chat, I feel like this conversation is extremely misleading, and we'll talk about it in a bit later, but I'm gonna make sure we have another meal.
Where's Lila and the others?
They said that they'll be at the sauna.
All right. Let's all go together. That means you too, Mick boy.
I'll pass.
Unacceptable. As men, we need to be opened and yeah, blah, 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 something, something.
What's with you guys? So hey, fun fact. Popular theory has it that the prototype for saunas was originally a smokehouse.
All right. Time to read the wind. I got this.
So, either way, it came from the northern regions. And then I guess spread across the Glenwood continent from there?
It's quite a mystery if you think about it.
Nope, not Edna. Maybe in another 3,000 years or so.
Maybe it's because the entire continent used to be super cold?
Ew.
Past the heat waves and beyond. Go!
Is that even possible?
Oh, right! That tree stump from Volgran Forest.
Dezel mentioned how there was a period where the sunlight was rather weak.
Ow! My wind got blocked. Must be Lila's fire.
What an unexpected discovery.
We might be able to prove something historic.
Sure is hot.
I'm shaking my head, chat. That was pretty creepy with him saying the another 3,000 years thing. I don't know, that did not sit well with me.
So it's finally over.
What an incredible finishing blow! I could feel the determination just resonating.
Rose didn't stop Saray this time.
Huh? Did she stop him before?
Yeah. Rose was the one who killed the Cardinal when we couldn't purify her. Saray's job is to give life. Mine is to take it. That's what she said.
That's so like her.
It's not like we wanted her to resort to such means, of course, but why wouldn't she stop him this time?
Saray found his answer. Rose wanted to give him strength. So, if you think about it that way, nothing's really changed.
You're right. Rose may be more considerate towards Saray than we realize.
Yeah, but you'll never know until you ask.
There's no need to ask. I believe her.
If you say so.
Well, we are going to be Team Narcolepsy until the skits end. We'll slowly build up more relationship with the inn, I suppose.
It's so loud in the guys' sauna.
Saray and Miklia were probably having some sort of conversation about the history of sauna or something like that.
Like a how did sauna spread to the rest of the world sort of discussion.
Yeah.
Not to mention one gross perv among them.
Don't worry, I've burnt all those creepy winds coming our way.
What stupidity! They need to learn to just relax and enjoy this paradise of heat.
Yes, I feel as if it's purifying my body and soul.
To not even be able to appreciate a time like this, guys sure are
Childish.
Yeah, I think they're just reading the script. They just know, chat. They just know, apparently. But also, time passed in between, so that's kind of a weird decision to have that happen after the previous skit. Or maybe I guess it could have technically been a continuation of the other one. I'm not really sure. It's fine. We'll just keep spending money until we just stop leveling. Oh, speaking of which, there we go. No more in leveling, no more skits. So I'm gonna again do my best to not get tricked by this weird save system this game has. Thanks, Zestiria. So I don't think there's anything else we can really do at this point. We need access, I think, maybe to the Shrine Church in order to do something else. I'm thinking about if we could teleport to where we need to go to next. So I'm actually going to try once. I feel like the game is going to stop us via cutscene from going straight there. But let's take a look anyway. To no one's surprise, I am not able to go to Elysia with the fast travel system. Can I actually go into the forest, or was there not a save point there? There's not a save point there. So we're gonna just teleport to the entrance of the forest that we need in order to continue. Actually, one thing I wasn't thinking about just now, I started going this way and then I realized, well, obviously I could go to Eisen, but... Oh, we are allowed to go back to the basin. Okay, let's ignore the plot for a little bit then. Because we have not been able to explore this place fully. Let's go back here. So now... Okay, so our destination is on the far left. But there's also a dungeon to the bottom right, so let's go to the dungeon first. Or, nah, I changed my mind. Let's go to the other side of this place. So now the Glaveland Basin music is going to be the song Rising Up for the rest of the game. So if you like the other song, too bad. This is what it is now. Hello, Knight.
Oh, Shepard. What brings you all the way out here?
I'd ask the same. Is something the matter out here?
We are part of the joint border guard between Highland and Rollins. But we spotted a village that's not on the map. We were about to go investigate.
Would it be alright if we handled the investigation instead?
Good call. If it turns out those two are actually back.
I'm not sure I take your meaning.
There's a high chance you might encounter danger there that only the Shepherd could handle.
But...
Please. I'm worried for everyone.
Understood.
So yeah, apparently they just have a joint border guard. Man, peace talks are progressing awful fast. What?
Let's do this.
Oh, he like tricked me with that teleport. Did you see that, chat? I did the slice animation and he just walked through me. What a jerk.
Hellion, we can't let our guard down even for a moment.
Maybe so, but they were losers from the moment they became Hellions.
Not yet! Torrent spit Carmine! May your knowledge cease from you! Come forth, Gale Phantom! Come forth, Gale Phantom! Violent protection!
Poor enemies.
Not yet! Well done! Not this time!
I was hoping to be able to evade that, but I timed that pretty improperly.
Focus! Crimson Axe! Soul Rain!
Feeling the pump, huh,
I won't lose! This isn't over!
Feeling the pump, huh? Concentrate!
Silly enemies.
This isn't over! I won't lose!
So again, I'll remain split up to get a bit more blast gauge. We're going to be coming up to a boss fight in a little bit anyway.
May your knowledge bleed for you! Mind Flayer! Let's get him!
You can't just swing your sword around and win.
Okay, so we're going to take advantage of some healing as we get here. So now we're coming up to another save point, so I will probably use it just in case I die, I was about to say, before getting rudely struck. I'm tempted to Armatize here, but I actually just really need Blast Gauge. So I'll just try to do this fight normally for the best what I could do. Okay, so I got 3 meter there. Lila's almost at 3 meter. Rose will hopefully get closer to a full gauge as it goes on.
Be gone! Strike! It's over!
Dancing Ember!
No escape!
A worthy opponent!
So there we go. Mikleo should be able to give her meter for healing for the next fight. So this shouldn't be too bad.
All is done here.
Edna leveled. Now I could finally save. So we got a decent amount of grade for this area. I would probably prefer healing air of the unlocks there. So
There's something there.
And there's 2 of them.
this is going to be an interesting fight. I don't have a lot of blast gauge, which is a bit concerning, but we'll see how far we could get. I suppose I could swap back to Miklea. Or, I said Miklea. Mikleo. Maybe I'll play as Lila for a little bit. We'll see how that goes.
I shall
So now we see the 2 sisters are here. So they give the same advice. A shame, really. You'd think my looks would freeze her in her tracks. Oh no. So both of these talk about the stack skill, but only the last one we fight teaches you what the stack skill is? What's the point of that? Pointless, chat. So unfortunately, looks like they have some resistance to our party members.
In this village!
So they are the Cardinal sisters.
We can't beat them if we can't stand against petrification.
Now's my chance! Take this!
Upward Serpent! Side thrust!
Blazing Demons, come forth! Strike! Burning Strike!
Go for it! Beast of
Blazing
War!
Demons, come forth! Burning Death!
Upward Serpent!
Blazing Demons, come forth!
We're gonna be abusing the meteors, I think, chat. Oh, I got turned to stone from that distance? Really?
This doesn't look good.
Oh, actually, this is very bad. I'm surprised that hit me from there. Huh? Oh, Panacea doesn't work on Petrify? Oh. Oh, I didn't know that. That's random. Huh, this really sucks, actually. How do I switch control to somebody else? Okay, there we go.
Your place! Earthborn! Rising Sand! Like tear you to ribbons! Like the
I'm surprised that actually struck me from that distance, because I was quite a distance away when that hit me. So Rose is dead, Lila is petrified. So I guess it's just down to us. So nothing too different than normal, honestly.
ready, go!
Ooh, we did a lot of damage there.
Crystal Tower! Light the way! Take your tower! Surging Landscape! Echo Shock! Rock Winner! Not yet!
There we go. So almost a game over, but we're fine.
Strong as the earth! Behold, Radiant Ruin! Earth Revolution!
What a formidable opponent!
And hey, we actually still got a decent amount of grade, honestly, for how poorly that went with the petrifications. Not too bad. We got our level ups. We're further ruining these sisters' lives, because of course we would be.
Phew.
Good work.
You two.
Shepard, what was that?
Who are these women?
They collapsed. Please, take care of them.
Will do. Most likely they fell victim to the sleeping sickness.
Sickness?
We consulted older records pertaining to this area. It turns out there was a village here called Fortin that was wiped out 20 years ago.
The records indicate that everyone in the village caught an illness that made them lethargic and constantly sleepy. As if they were trapped by the illusions men call dreams.
Saray, do you
Why did he say that like that?
Keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on. Well, we got the Angel Halo.
Battle. Let's restore our vitality.
So I guess we did actually save them? Because they said they just collapsed. Wow, did our protagonists actually succeed in their job? Chad, I think we need a round of applause. We somehow didn't kill them. That to me is the plot twist. Unfortunately, I think we're being chased.
Just such a pity. Was it fate that the Cardinal and her sisters all had to choose between death and a life that would turn them into Hellions?
Well...
There is such a thing as destiny in this world. But I don't want to believe that everything that happens is predetermined.
I've never really put much stock in destiny. Everyone lives on the razor's edge between light and darkness. You never know which way they'll fall. It just so happened that all three sisters fell on the side of darkness and became Hellions. That's all.
Can you choose which side you fall on?
Yeah. It's your own life, after all.
Saray.
Yeah. Rose has the right idea.
I'm gonna very quickly save, because I would prefer not to game over to some random encounter. Oh, I actually juked him. Wow. Take that, random teleporting enemy. Oh, he did not like the taunt. We're gonna pick up the herb in the meantime. So let's see. Art attack +2, we'll give it to Rose. And thanks to health maintenance and the healing item, we're basically back at full. So there's a whole area over here we could go back through. We're going to take note that there's a dungeon down here, and I think that's ultimately going to be the destination we're going to walk towards. But while we're here, we might as well see if there's anything else of interest here. Like perhaps more tutorials, because there's never enough tutorials, chat. Just in case we miss something. But yeah, I do actually like the song that's playing now. I do feel like it worked for the most part in the previous scene that it was used when we were fighting the dragon. I do not feel like the credit music we were listening to worked for me whatsoever on any level. I just felt like it was like too long of a scene for that to play. Oh. This looks like a optional boss. Let's go fight him. Dragon Warlock, level 62. Oh, this might actually be very difficult.
This thing's freaky strong!
A Dragon Warlock Hellion! Seraphim who succumbed to resentment turn into this type of Hellion. Deep resentment?
Let's do this later. We gotta focus or we'll get crushed.
Oh, that actually just one-shot me. That's not good. Oh, Edna doesn't have any meter. That could not have gone more poorly. I subbed into the only people without meter. That sucked. Well, this is certainly a randomly difficult battle. And unfortunately, I have slow, so I can't dodge right now. There we go. So this is just a kind of difficult fight out of nowhere. I guess it's scaled up for the area. So I guess it's a new fight versus an old fight.
Rampaging giant! Whoa! Be gone! Rock winner! Nope! Whoa! How's this?
You're pretty much screwed.
Get lost!
Well, this is not good.
I wasn't strong enough.
I think we're dead, chat. I don't think there's anything I could really do to make a comeback off of this.
Rose, get back! It can't end here.
Yeah, I'll retry, I guess, but I think the problem is, like, I just didn't have blast gauge, and I went to sub out, and unfortunately the person I subbed out to had no meter. So this kind of sucks. I guess I'll put in the person with no meter to begin. Yeah, this is gonna be hard. I think I could do it. I just need to stall a bit more.
Seraphim who succumb to resentment turn into this type of Hellion. Deep resentment?
Let's do this later. We gotta focus or we'll get crushed.
Oh, I didn't get the spell combo. Again, I'm just stalling for Edna to get some meter.
Rose, you idiot.
Don't push yourself, Lila.
Oh, come on. Please let me merge. Thank you.
I need a hand. resonance!
Yeah, this is a nasty fight.
You feel it? Soul
This might be
resonance! Ocean
Ooh.
break on through! Violent projection! Red!
Hassle.
Blue fire! I need a hand! Violent projection!
I can't afford to block whatsoever or I'm gonna die.
Elixir shatter to lose!
Oh, I actually got healed by the AI. Thanks, AI.
Dark Star!
Or he'll just super armor through. That's fair.
Dragon Blitz! Virulent Charge! Blistering Ray! Break on through!
This might be bad.
Ooh. What a fight, chat.
Dark Star!
It's like so close to being killed, but I could just die at any second due to super armor, which is a very scary feeling.
Resilient Aid! Here goes! Virulent Charge!
Oh, he's got 6,000 more health. This is painful.
Here goes! My wing!
And Rose dies immediately.
Here goes! Virulent Charge!
I just need them to attack! Just attack! You're killing me, AI. Thank you. New attack. Thank you. We almost have it, chat. Like, we're within one hit of killing this monster. And I died. But it's okay, I got Lila. We should be good.
We're survivors, no matter the odds.
Oof. Yeah, that is a much more difficult fight than some of the other things that we've been doing.
It might not have been as strong as a dragon, but you could have fooled me.
A dragon.
Something bothering you?
Yeah, I guess. It felt like that Hellion resented us somehow.
Really?
Just a gut feeling.
Huh. I wonder.
Hellions are just like that. It's purified now, wherever it is. It's probably feeling great.
I hope so.
Some of us are low on health.
No, Lila, that's an understatement. But we'll go pick up these herbs since we're here. Reduce physical damage taken, sure. So, that was a bit unexpected, but we still managed to eventually get through that. I think the downside is I didn't realize how low my blast gauge was on the other characters, so it was just kind of stalling repeatedly. Oh, is this a point of interest? It is. Horses return to nature.
That's odd. This area isn't supposed to have any wild horses.
It's not?
Yeah. The sparrow feathers pass through here all the time, but I've never seen any before.
Couldn't they be former war horses?
Oh, there you go. That explains it. They must have gotten separated. Stupid armies, clean up after yourselves at least.
I wonder which country's horses they are.
Who knows? Might be both.
Making their peace as fellow strays?
Would that surprise you? It's not like the horses have any reason to fight.
Just like people, horses too run from the terrors of war.
Technically, they gallop.
Are they okay to live like that?
Why not? The malevolence of the battlefield is long gone. The main danger is past.
The main danger, you mean?
No. No, I do not.
Oh, as I got back attacked. So their weakness is physical. That's a shame. That should take care of him.
Hey, babes. What kind of guys are your type?
The type that don't even ask that.
Or say, hey babes, either.
Let's all shake our head. So we are in the final optional dungeon of the game. Now, I feel like this is also a translation thing. We were talking about before the L's and R's kind of swap in translation. I think this is supposed to be Melchior, as in a reference to Berseria. Oh, I need to remember that this is a thing, that I could just ignore those gates. I kind of forgot, chat. I hadn't used it in so long. Actually, speaking of which, I'm not sure where the points of interest are, and I want to make sure our Norman for the win is also on. Receive some gold, which is kind of pointless because it just makes the fast travel cost more. So we got basically to the end of the game without fusing anything so far. I'm gonna keep holding on to it until we're basically at the final dungeon. If one of the bosses is too hard to do, which is purely... Oh, actually, I should fight this just so we hear your dialogue. But if one of the bosses is too hard, I'll go fuse our equipment. Oh, we don't have any unique dialogue for this? It's a bit disappointing. Oh, I got interrupted at the last moment. Unfortunately, our allies are not hitting the only one targeting me. That sucks. There we go. I wanted to do that attack. Oh, that actually counts as a hidden art. Okay, that's good to know.
Well, that was actually pretty decent.
Not too bad. So we were through here, didn't get any bonus dialogue. I'm assuming we can't win... Oh, we can win step this, but there's no real point to it. Okay. I almost thought that was just a hallway for... just the sake of saying this place is much larger than it really is. So we're gonna explore a little bit of this dungeon. Hopefully we'll clear it without too many issues. But I think once we do that, I think it's about time to say that would be the good stopping point for the stream. So we do not have that much left in terms of plot at this point. We have a lot of side story stuff we could potentially do. So I'm going to save things like Aizen, I think, for tomorrow, as an example. These boots out a lot of defense. So I think for... Oh, it's male only. Wait, that's disappointing. Oh, I don't need Mikleo with physical attack. That's fine. I would rather he get the focus and armor. I'm assuming we fought this slime before, but we'll fight it again anyway, just to double check. So no additional dialogue. Fair enough. Unfortunately, these things are resistant to me. Speaking of which, did I set up his art? No, I did not set up his arts properly. You know what? I'll leave his middle one as random if it lets me do it. Yeah, it should let me do that. That should be okay.
Torrents of wind, forces of nature, horizon storm, gonna feel the boost.
Will make you vulnerable.
I think his melee moves are actually not too bad. I mean, he's got a decent amount of speed and range to them. It's just a shame that it's Zavid.
Give it up already.
Now then.
Oh, Zavid. He hates working. I feel like that's one of the few times the chat can relate to Zavid. Maybe. So we have a completely optional path in front of us. I suppose we should take it just to see where this goes. So we'll keep in mind there's an entire floor up here we still have to explore. And it just led to a dead end. There's slimes on the ceiling, but I don't really want to deal with them. Melon gel. Okay, we got another healing item. Nice. We got yet another drop bottle. Okay. We'll keep that in mind. So it's good that we have 3 drop bottles. I mean, that's technically the minimum I would probably do the money exploit with, but the preference would be to obviously just stack as many as you can hold to do it. But I don't think we have a good place to spend the money at the moment. Unless we unlock places like Cat's Corner, which I believe do have really good merchants. Which at that point in the game I might consider doing the fusion, just because we would have access to better gear. So I'm just checking these areas even though they're dead ends, just because I'm not sure where the Norman is in here, because I'm 100% assuming there's one in here somewhere. So we're just taking a little look around.
What's that?
Oh, maybe he sees these. Merchants' abandoned wares.
Well, that's unpleasant.
Quite.
Did someone forget something here?
Oh, how should I...
Saray, look around you. What do you see?
Well, it looks like a slime hellion lair, so... Oh!
Yep. The owner of this junk got gobbled up.
But why did they leave this stuff untouched?
Picky eaters, no doubt.
You joke, but there may be some truth to it. Slime hellions are a massive ego and greed, after all.
No time to mourn the departed. Don't forget, we're also here in their lair. You don't want to blink and find yourself staring at the inside of a slime stomach.
You're right. I'll be careful.
I bet you'd make an attractive morsel, Zavid. The slimes would barely have anything to spit out.
I get that a lot. Zavid, you're only an egg or two away from being a delicious omelet.
I'm shaking my head, chat. So let's see where this particular staircase takes us. So we have a dead end here, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. As I said before, we're on the lookout for a Norman, and maybe there are some items here that would be useful for us. Chris in the chat is wishing Zavid and Rose were really not in the party. I mean, I'm not going to say I disagree with you at any point. Yeah, this party is definitely a mess. That I 100% agree with. Actually, speaking of which, let's get Micleo back in here. His blast gauge is way too low to be useful. Another all divide, which I don't really want to use, but hey, another grape gel. Ghost Wizard saying it's easy to get lost in the dungeon. I could definitely see why. There's a lot of random doors. But fortunately, if we just keep going in a particular pattern, we shouldn't get lost. So I kind of went to the right first, and we already went through the middle. So as long as I don't have to backtrack all the way out, I think I'll be okay. So I'll be wrapping around to that particular hallway up there. If we want to explore the first floor again, we could probably do that at some point. But we're just going to keep our eyes on the ceiling so we don't get slimed. Overall, I'm kind of liking the fact that there are not really fast enemies in this dungeon, given how fast the undead mages outside this place are. And they're very aggressive with their teleporting, so it's kind of hard to dodge them. So I'm going to go to the upper left there and kind of sweep around. So I could potentially go back up a floor, which I probably should do. So we'll do that before we continue further on. That way it's easier to tell where we have and haven't been. So lots of double chests here. I will probably never ever come back to any of these. We got more grape gels, which is good. I mean, so far at the moment, I'm not, like, blown away by any of the treasures. I feel like the stuff we'll get at Cat's Corner when we inevitably go there is going to be so much better. I'll take the herb here, though. That's useful. I think that's a big problem with this game in general, is a lot of the treasure in this game is really underwhelming, generally speaking. Unless it's in, like, the gold key chests, I feel like it's usually not even worth our time. So we finally did get a weapon out of this. I mean, Rose hasn't received an upgrade in forever. And it's honestly not all that great. I mean, it has the 10% versus enemies, but I don't really want her art damage to go up because she spends a lot of her time not bonded together. I don't actually really want that item, to be honest, even with the 10% bonus. Oh, there's a Norman here. Ah, we received Aqua. Well, there's only one character this should realistically go to. So I guess I'll put it on the Genius staff. So that makes this weapon a lot better overall. So we're actually very close to getting all the Norman. I think there are 2 left? 2 or 3. So we're going to travel along the southern parts of the hallway here. But otherwise, I think we got everything we needed. We hit a point of interest, we hit a Norman. The only thing we're really looking to do at this point is to fight maybe a mini-boss, just to get more health. And just to show off, I guess, maybe more skits if they have any comments about the boss we fight. Yeah, nothing over there, unfortunately. Hi, Rose. What do you have to say about this? Oh, we can ask her about the bandit kids. There was a signal from Rosh. Sounds like he uncovered something important. He's over in Highland, near the Falkwind hillside. Okay. Rose says it's called Cat's Corner, right? Let's just find a kitty cat and ask it to show us the way. Rose is actually telling us how we're supposed to go there. We do indeed have to find a cat in order to get to Cat's Corner. But I don't think it is... Well, maybe it is spawned. We could always double check since we have to go back to Lady Lake at some point. So now we're saying I've decided I know what to do about Edna. So Edna's side quest is out there. So there's also something on the Great Camelot Bridge. I've missed a Crucible at some point, so I need to figure out which one I didn't do. Honestly, though, I thought we cleared all of them. I'm trying to think about which one we haven't soloed. Because we did Zavid, we did Lila, I thought we did Mikleo, we did Saray, we did a double with Saray. Maybe we just didn't do a double with Rose? And then we can ask more about the storyteller back in Logren. Oh, that was unfortunate. So we have a lot of side quests left to do, but I think we'll hold off pretty much all of those for next time. Goodbye, slimes.
Multiple currents. Fight my enemy.
So unfortunately, I had slow on me, so I wasn't able to side dodge. But it's all good now. I feel like Mikleo's moveset was mostly ported over to Eleanor and Berseria. I'm just kind of witnessing the moves, like that particular spear twirl and the way he's kind of advancing. I think he also has a move called Hexa Strike, which I think Eleanor also had. Yeah, he does. I think his moveset is a little better, honestly, if I'm just comparing literal spawns of the characters. Just because I feel like he has an easier time launching enemies than she did. I feel like that was a big weakness with her in Berseria. So yeah, it makes sense that they'd reuse some of the assets there. So we'll just keep saving as we go forward. So we have a lot of side quests to clean up. So it seems like we'll probably be doing this for another few stream sessions still. So we're at the final room. I see a massive slime there. But before we fight that, is there anything in here even worth gathering? Let's find out. Oh, there's a gold chest. Maybe this won't be completely terrible. We received a monocle. You need finely chiseled features to sell this one, but then you look like a bad guy. Okay, well we're going to use our demo person of Rose. And we could give her the Angel Halo, which costs 2 for some reason to use. And Monocle also costs 1.5. Man, chat, that doesn't make any sense. I don't think I showed off the Halo, even though we picked it up last time. So let me just show you hypothetically how big the Halo can get. Oh, we can make it very wide. Look at that, chat. That doesn't make any sense. So I see people are trying to post links. Just let me know. I could get permission to links, but generally I have them blocked due to spammers, unfortunately. It becomes a giant donut. Indeed, chat. Let's see. Guess we could put on the monocle, which is a little hard to see there, but let's zoom in. So it's got like a little feather kind of thing, so it kind of matches Saray. And of course we could just choose to make this a very big monocle. Now it almost looks like a collar of some sort. So if I were to move this closer at it, well, no. Just meant to do this. just putting it against her real quick. Also, now it looks like she has a metal mustache. But hypothetically, that is a big monocle. It is about the size of our face. But I think at this point we're gonna go back to our classic costume. So let's go ahead and use water here in order to get into this last room. And we have yet another gold key chest. Could you imagine, chat, if you never went into that one dungeon? There would be so many chests you still couldn't open. Really? Gooey stuff isn't a gold chest? What a waste, right, chat? What is this? It's worth like 1 grade. Look at that, it heals 30 health. That's useless. It's very disappointing, chat. That was a very disappointing gold chest. Well, I think it's time for us to give this particular enemy a try. We've seen this monster a few different times, especially in Zestiria. And now we are fighting the Man-Eater. Its only real weakness seems to be... if we don't have water damage, we're not doing anything. Also, chat, why does this thing have 8,933 attack? That's not good. That is exceptionally high. Its other defenses are extremely low, though. But for some reason, it does have almost 9,000 attack. I think this is Rose hating on non-specific gender pronouns for monsters. So that didn't age well, chat. That did not age well at all. So we're gonna see what the next thing is. I'd feel a lot safer if it acted more like a mammalian herbivore to see if it were a little bit manatee-er. The pun. Oh, Rose, you're so unlikable.
It's a man-eater. So then it's gonna eat us? Is that what that means?
Well, eater could mean anything.
I don't want none of it. Death Bloom! Gravity rules everything! You know nothing! Strike! Fury! Go forward! Splat!
Actually, speaking of which, did I learn any new super spells? No, this is all I've learned. I was just curious if I had something that's done longer than this. Also, this boss has an insane amount of health for some reason.
That did it! Tiger Blade! Lord of Water! This one's tough. Don't slide. Here goes! Break on through! I need a hand! That won't work!
Speaking of which, I think we did learn something new. Trinity Arrow. Okay, I could try that out. And then Maelstrom. Actually, you know what? I should do Arrow Squall like this for the faster one. I'll learn the buttons better if I do it the way that I think makes sense to me.
Arrow Squall! That won't work! Here's the skies! Arrow Squall! 3 become 1!
So this one's slower.
Arrow!
Oh. Or I'll just be stuck in the stun animation forever. That wasn't good. You know what? It's stunned. Let's take advantage of our Mystic Art. Almost one-shot it, actually. I tried, Chad. It did an okay amount of damage. So almost 23,000 damage in that combo. Getting the stun into a power hit is how you basically annihilate bosses in this game. But the problem is making sure your allies actually help you with it. Oh, it is so close to dead, but I'm so scared to not press the right button. I I just need our allies to attack. We're so close to killing it, chat.
Too close. Rate of 5, no escape. Predatory flame.
It is within like 100 health. Please die. Thank you.
Nice to be able to put my hair up with a barrette, right?
What's a barrette?
Oh, not this skit. Okay, so we've leveled. We also increased our health total a little bit, but not a huge amount. I mean, somehow we're like level 53, and we're still like barely hitting 3,000 with some of these characters. To me, this doesn't make a lot of sense. I feel like the game is punishing me, maybe, for not grinding equipment, because it did say something about, like, you don't get as many stats if you don't have good equipment. So I'm wondering if that's what this is. But in any case, I think it's safe to say that we've cleared this dungeon. We could go back to the surface of this, maybe. I think if we go not here, but back into the Laveland Basin entrance to the remains. We could double check to make sure I didn't miss any hallways there. I have to think like 5 steps ahead. You can't just go to somewhere you want to go. You have to go to like the place near to where you want to go and then figure out where you go from there. So I think that's actually it then, because there's nothing else on this floor. So I don't think I missed anything. So okay, that's fine with me, honestly, chat. So I think for now we're going to probably save one last time. And when we continue tomorrow, I think we are going to kind of wrap up the side quests as much as we can. Some of them will not be finishable until after we go to the Village of Origin. And some of them we can't even complete until after we are in the final dungeon and have witnessed a couple of events. But not necessarily beaten the boss there, but just done enough to unlock more. So we still have quite a bit of side content to go through. But I think for now, it's safe to say that we are at the end of today's stream. I think what I'll try to do, I'm not sure if I'll have it by tomorrow, but I think I'm going to go back and try to get the extra crispy line from good old Lunar, which I think might require me replaying for like an hour or two of the plot. But again, I'm going to be putting it on like no difficulty, so it shouldn't be too bad. Let's see. What are my thoughts overall for today's stream session? Well, we finally got to see the one cutscene that I've been waiting for basically the whole game, where it introduced an actual threat to the main characters, the dragon in the anime cutscene taking out the whole army, which was kind of nice. I liked how it transitioned into the people kind of doubting us and then actually helping us in the fight, which is kind of neat. So, like, they were interrupting the boss's meteor attack by using arrows. So that was kind of a nice touch. I did like that. I wish more of the game was dynamic like that, where you had like multi-stage bosses or like allies actually did something, even though if they're not directly in the party, you know, that they actually contribute to the combat in some way. So that was kind of nice. I guess we'll briefly talk about Maltrans. So she's dead. Like, I feel like my big issue with Maltran is I probably would have liked her as a villain if they actually spent more time building her up. I feel like the big issue is that we only really saw her little bits and pieces before we knew she was a villain, and she didn't really do anything in any of those cutscenes before she was a villain. Like, her big scene was basically going, "Surprise, I've been evil all along in the Water Temple." And I'm like, okay, okay, like I don't really know you, so it's not a betrayal that impacts me as the player. I'm like, oh no, you betrayed the character that hasn't been in our party for 20 hours. You showed me, like you got me. And that's a big problem too, I think, with the double protagonist system that they're doing here. And I'm not talking about just Saray and Rose. I mean specifically Rose and Alicia. That when they swap them out, a lot of the story elements just don't have the same impact or weight. And because most of the characters don't have relationships to the villains that way, I feel like a lot of it just falls flat on its face. Like, that's why they had to sub Rose out. Like, ultimately, what I think they had to do is they went, oh shoot, we really need to tie up Maltran, but it wouldn't make sense if Rose is there. So let's just have her run off and try to solo somebody she knows he's a who she knows is a Hellion and can't do anything to beat him while alone, which makes no sense. That it honestly makes no sense. It just her whole plot made no sense. But she had to leave the party because otherwise you couldn't deal with Maltran, because Rose had no reason to fight Maltran, because the game didn't establish Rose and Maltran, because they kind of messed up. But do you see what I mean, chat? Like, I feel like a lot of the time, like, they knew roughly where they started, but not exactly, and they know the endpoint, but they just cannot get those details to line up in a way that makes any sense, like, from a plot consistency standpoint. And then, like, yeah, and then the chat's like, yeah, she just kind of disappears. Like, Lunar probably could have been killed when we were off in the first the second really absurd cathedral scene where the illusionist was just using him. He could have just been killed off at that point. He didn't have any more reason to be around. Like, what did his fight even serve towards the plot? Like, we've already beaten him like 5 times at this point in the plot. And then it's just kind of like, P.S. by the way, he's free again and working with the nobles, which for some reason is still happening. Yeah, I'm gonna add an Zestiria moment just for him, more specifically, just because I feel like his whole subplot feels like they added that in later. I don't feel like his subplot made that much sense in terms of the grand scheme of the plot. It didn't really add anything to it. It was just kind of padding. Like what did we learn from that other than he's extra crispy? Like, that's about all I learned. I'm like, I guess we got like 1 or 2 lines more towards his motivation, and I'm like, that couldn't have been done in any other cutscene rather than have like 30 minutes of backtrack, because... And yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I feel like the plot definitely needed to go through many, many more drafts. And I feel like people keep saying the game is rushed, and I want to just remind the chat that this game took like 2+ years to make. Like, this was not a rushed game. I think the issue with it is that they had probably more than one draft of the story, and I think they changed their mind halfway through development. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I refuse to believe that somebody thought this was the final draft of the script. Some stuff just doesn't make any sense. Oh yeah, and Chad was saying he thought he did die in the Simone scene. I mean, it sounded like she was punishing him, but then we never saw his body. So I guess we could imply that he was still alive. But again, like, they could have killed him during that cutscene, and then they just had to show his dead body when they came in, and that would have resolved things a lot more cleanly, I guess. So I don't really know what Heldolf's plan with Lunar was ultimately once we come back to him. I guess he just kind of forgot about Lunar. Because like, what was Lunar doing at that point? He wasn't really influencing anybody to go to war. At least it didn't seem like that. It seemed like he was getting payments for some reason, but I don't think it went into enough detail to really make any determinations upon it. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like the more the game tries to explain things that happen in the plot, the less it makes sense. Like, I just feel like it just opens more plot holes whenever they try to do different things. Yeah, I would say definitely one of the worst cutscenes. Like, not bad in like a funny way. Like, I feel like the Shrine Church scenes are so ridiculous that they transcend their terribleness to be a genuinely funny scene. And is memorable, but not for the ways that they want it to be memorable. But I feel like definitely the worst cutscene in the game was that one cutscene where they wanted to rest in Last and Bell. Honestly, chat, that cutscene felt like it went on for an eternity. I was trying not to say anything during it, but man, that one song went on for like 5.5 minutes. It felt like just like, please end the credit song. I'm not feeling the tone of the song. I feel like we're celebrating the final battle and there's still like 20 something hours left in the game. Like, we are not really super close in terms of gameplay. And then at one point, the song cuts out for like a solid 15 to 20 seconds with Edna and Zavid. And then it just blares up again with vocals, and I'm like, like rolling my eyes, like, come on. Yeah, no, we still have a lot of content left. Like, we're not really that close. Because I feel like the final dungeon itself is going to be at least 2.5 or 3 hours. And if we're going to do a lot of the skits, that adds up to a lot of time. And I might need to battle more in order to beat some of the bosses. I could see that being at least 10 hours. Plus, if we include, like, the credits, that would be quite a bit. And I'm not even... well, I think that might also include a little bit of the post-game dungeon for that time estimate. But yeah, we have at least 3 or 4 more sessions. We are not that close to the end of the game. Especially since you have to consider each side quest is going to be somewhere between 5 and like 15 minutes to complete. And there were 6 that we know of already, and I already know that there's like 3 or 4 other ones that haven't unlocked yet. And we still have to go through and get all the monuments, as an example. So that's going to be a lot of time, I think, left in the game. From a plot standpoint, technically, if you were to go straight to the Camlon, then it would only be like maybe 4.5, 5 hours. There's like one big dungeon between us and the final dungeon, and the final dungeon is absolutely massive. And that will take a while, especially if we want to fight all the bosses. I'm gonna give a rough estimate here, but don't take my word for it. But I want to say there's at least 7 bosses in the final dungeon. Almost all of them are optional. So I think with... oh, hold on 1 second. Sorry about that, as we're wrapping up. So I think in terms of challenge, we still have... ooh, I don't remember the post-game dungeon boss actually being hard. Weirdly, I feel like it was supposed to be hard, but I don't remember it being hard. But I want to say some of the optional boss fights in the final dungeon were actually pretty difficult. And definitely the boss that we're gonna fight for finding all the Norman. That boss was nightmarish. And for those of you that have seen Berseria, I will confirm that yes, it is the same boss you fight in Berseria. And no, it's even more unfair because I have to do it in the Zestiria combat system. So if we're really unlucky, this boss could end up having like so many health recoveries if I'm really unlucky, and I'll leave it at that. So that fight is going to be potentially really monstrous, because you have to think about how weak we feel in this game compared to Berseria, and I'm going to be fighting a boss that has multiple mystic arts. It's probably going to get real ugly, chat. I'm going to apologize for that boss fight ahead of time. I expect absolutely nothing to go right with that boss fight. So our goal is to basically do that boss dead last. Like, I'm not even kidding you. We might even do the final boss dungeon stuff all the way, except for the final boss. We might beat all those mini bosses just to beat that extra boss. We might have to do that, honestly speaking, because I don't have super great gear, and I'm not sure if Fusion will make up for the fact that this boss is just patently unfair in this game system. But I think with that, it's safe to say that we are done for now. I'd like to say thank you all for joining. I do appreciate the comments throughout. I do appreciate the company. Hopefully you guys had a good time, and for now, I'll say have a good day or a good night, depending on the time zone.